Hello, and thank you for joining us for the 8th session of Lawful Stupid's campaign, Isfjell. Before we delve further into this Norse D&D adventure, we do have a couple of announcements. First off, there will not be a session of Party Foul today. However, it will return next week at its normal time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Next, Aeroth, our advanced D&D game, continues Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. On Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, please join us for the newest session of our sci-fi themed campaign, Garden of Eden, where we find out if he's killing off half the damn characters. But anyway, not that I'm upset about that at all. On Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, the 4th session of our new campaign, Black Death, set in the world of darkness, continues. And finally, to all our viewers, followers, and subscribers, we could not do any of this without you. Thank you for your support, and we hope you like what you are about to witness.
Well.
And see if
Far north, on the borders of the bitter ice, there lies a harsh and brutal land, a land with no space for the weak or the cowardly. Here, monsters dwell deep beneath the frozen peaks, and warriors venture forth on raids to bring back rare treasures from distant lands. It is a cruel land, but for them, it is home. And when a new threat rises, our heroes must take up arms and place their lives in the hands of Lady Luck, for the sake of their home, for the sake of Isfjell. Welcome back. So, Asara, you stir to wakefulness. You have a terrible headache and a strange taste in your mouth. Sort of a mixture of strong spirits and some strange herb. And as you slowly blink to wakefulness, staring down at you, you see the vast reptilian head of a dragon.
Gonna look around. What is that?
The ground underneath you is moving as the boat sways back and forth, and looking from side to side, you can see open sky on either side of your boat. Ira is seated in the silver chair, and sprawled across the front of this boat is what appears to be the corpse of a white dragon.
I'm gonna shove away quickly and jump up. What is this? Anybody? Any takers whatsoever?
Adair and Torvald, you see as Krasara is awake now. And Ira as well, you are aware of your surroundings, even though you're flying the boat.
Torvald's just going...
I'm going to shove you off this boat. I will.
Why would you do that?
I already tried, you made it back on.
If the two of us throw him overboard, he won't come back. Where is Olwen?
There is no sign of Olwen. Eldis is sat towards the back of the boat, flipping through her book, cat at her side. There is no sign of your frosty friend, Olwen.
Torvald, what did you do?
We threw her off the boat.
Krasar takes her maul and slams it down on the boat. Where is she?
Ow!
Don't be damaging my part of the ship now.
Part of the ship now. Where is she?
We left her someplace safe, don't you worry. She's with your sister, just like you asked. You don't have to get all bent out of shape about it.
I'm going to bend you out of shape, Adair. Is he telling the truth?
Make me an insight check.
Ooh, Torvald's gonna learn to fly. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Yay.
He seems to. Torvald, do you feel like you're telling the truth?
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems to be pretty confident in what he's saying.
Adair's
Alright.
gonna walk over to Chrysara. She's fine. She's in a safe place. You would be.
Is she with Amelia?
She's fine. She's in a safe place. You would be very. And he looks over at Ira. You'd be satisfied with where she is.
Alright.
I'm conscious, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yes,
not-
you are
yeah.
conscious. Yes.
It's Sorlinsby. You can just say the name of the town. It has a name.
Well, she didn't think much of your hut, so I'm kind of afraid that if she knows she's staying there, she might be a little unhappy with that part of it.
I was trying to avoid telling her where she was, so we wouldn't have to go back and get her.
Oh, we will at some point, but we'll discuss that later.
She actually
Torvald.
seems quite happy where she is. I told her that she could go ahead and be kind of like the new protector of the town, kind of like I was, and she was excited for the task. And I have a bunch of crafts and knickknacks in my hut that she can experiment with, like I do. So I don't know. I think she'll enjoy it. I think she's gonna have fun.
I feel a bit better with that. Thank you, Ira.
You're welcome. I don't know why they didn't just tell you in the first place.
I'm not sure either. But I didn't get to give a chance to give you your gifts before I took a nap. And she's gonna reach into her pocket and hand out the unwonky ship necklace. This is for you.
Oh, thank the Lord. I thought it was going to be another badger.
But you love your badger.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And that's why we left him in a safe place, too.
I was about to say, where is he? Why didn't you bring him?
You know what they say, if you love him, let him go.
So if I throw you over the ship, it means I love you. And she takes a step forward. Sort of.
I'd like to see you try.
Sindri the cat sits up as you're sort of looking aggressively to the watching expectantly.
She walks a little closer. Come here, Torvald.
I'd advise against laying a finger on me. You know what happens when you do that.
It won't hurt. Depends what's below us.
As you look down, you can see beneath you the edge of Lake Blad and the shore. The wind's rippling the surface of the lake quite a lot now, and the wind seems to be rising. So you can see on your left the mountains up to the north, and on your right the extent of the lake, and beyond it the far distant Beheaded Mountain. But the sky is beginning to grow dark with clouds, and you can see sort of on to the north and east this large bank of dark cloud drawing closer. There's
Well,
a storm blowing in.
aside from the creepy clouds, you could go for a swim.
I know you're joking, so you can just stop now.
She just laughs and she reaches her hand in her pocket for the wonky ship necklace. I got you one too, though I probably shouldn't have, you brat, and just throws it at him. Not mean, but she does throw it.
Well, thank you.
Mark down one ship necklace hand carved by the Earl of Trilborough.
This looks like the Earl's handiwork.
I believe it is.
I'll treasure it always. And then Torvald puts it on, right next to his religious necklace that he has of the lightning bolt and the axe. It just hangs right next to it.
Did you handed Ira one as well?
I did.
Oh, cool. Great.
Hers is prettier. So,
But-
where are we heading?
Well,
We're going to my family in Azelford.
Yeah.
is that Aldous?
Yes! Sorry, yeah, just forget I'm here.
It's almost like you blend into the woodwork and we don't see you at all.
We're gonna see what we can do with this dragon you didn't help us kill.
I needed my beauty sleep. I do have quite the hangover, though. My apologies.
Maybe you should get a little more.
I'm going to start throwing people off the ship. Except for Ira.
Thank you.
Well, she's flying it, so that'd be pretty difficult, wouldn't it?
No, not particularly. That might be exciting. But I like Ira.
I do have a concern from our rounds with the dragon. We need to find some way that if we have to maneuver and turn quickly in the ship, that it doesn't throw us all overboard. Because apparently that's going to be an issue.
Do we have extra rope?
We've used quite a bit of rope, and that helps in a bit, but if you're strapped to the ship, then you can't exactly move to fight, say, a dragon that is maneuvering around the ship and blasting you with ice breath or fire or whatever other damnation those things can do. I mean,
I feel a little attacked.
Well,
we were attacked too, and you weren't very much help. We really could have used you.
I could have done with being awake, but I'm not entirely certain what happened, Torvald. You probably drugged me.
I did
no,
nothing of the sort.
It was you that drank it. This is kind of an intervention that you need to control. Your excessive drinking.
You don't
Things
really
happened in my past.
don't really remember exactly what happened before you fell asleep. You've got a hazy memory of something to do with Olwyn and trying one of the gifts that the Earl had given you, but you don't recall drinking that much.
I typically can handle my alcohol. I don't think that I drank that much.
Well, it was given to you by Olwen, so maybe there's something to what Torvald says about being careful about.
She
her
did
gifts.
not poison me.
Well, I
She's
didn't
a
call
child.
it a poison. I didn't call it a poison, Krisara. I just said we need to be cautious.
She's fine.
I only had a few drinks and your lights went right out.
Ira, as this is going on, the wind is rising. You can feel the push against the boat, against your sensation of the ship. I need you to make me a concentration check, a constitution saving throw.
Sure. That's a 6.
The rest of you feel this sudden lurch as the storm winds rise and the boat is slipping from your control now. It's still afloat, but the wind is pushing against it harder now, and you can feel as the wind is rising around it.
We're above water, right?
You are above the lake currently. You see the crests of the lake tossing this way and that as the wind is rising.
I'm going to try and land the boat because the storm scares me.
Okay, so make me a quick check with your spellcasting thing as you do to control a boat to see how well you can land this boat on the lake surface in stormy weather.
Sure.
how big are the waves?
Pretty big. Like, the wind is blowing in from the sea. We're talking like 1 foot, 2 foot, 2 foot high wave.
It might be safer to fly above it.
Also a 6.
We may not have a
There is
choice.
Everyone
You
who is not secured to the boat, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Good
As-
times.
Crashes down into the surface of the lake. Not a soft landing.
The 16 for me.
Oh, Chrysara. Oh,
That
I
would be a
bet.
0. An
What were you
absolute
talking
zero.
about? Throwing people off the boat?
Chrysara, make me one last saving throw to grab hold of the edge of the boat. Adair, you are going overboard. And with a splash, you strike the icy cold waters of the lake.
At least it's not ice.
I see him, like, do I see him falling overboard
Yes.
as this is happening? I'd like to cast, as I see him go towards that direction, Gust of Wind. So, Torvald's gonna say, Thunderer, save him! And this gust of wind is just gonna start blowing against him to help hold him onto the boat. So it pushes 15 feet, 60 foot long and 10 foot wide. It lasts from a direction that I choose.
Okay, so Adair, as you feel yourself going over the boat, suddenly you're caught in this strong, like, gale force wind that blows you back along the whole length of the boat, so you come sort of sliding back up against the corpse of the dragon. And you hear this rumble of thunder in the air from the storm up above.
Torvald's...
Almost for a moment, in a flash of lightning, you think for a moment there's almost a silhouette of a shape there in the sky, like an axe up in the sky. Being...
Okay.
Chrysara, what
shape-
did you get on your last one?
Got a 12. I think to go with it. 13.
You just you managed to catch hold of the edge of the boat. You're now sort of dangling off the side into the cold water.
Torvald, I was mostly kidding about throwing you off the ship.
All right. Well, I've learned my lesson trying to get people up, so I'm gonna tie myself onto this dragon here. So Torvald's gonna tie a rope to his waist, and then tie it to the dragon, then go over and grab Chrysara's hand and help her up.
Okay,
I've fallen into enough things recently.
so you're all back on board the boat. Chrysara, you are dripping wet at the moment with cold lake water. As the boat is being now on the surface of the lake, tossed back and forth by the rising winds.
You look freezing, Chrysara.
It's not exactly warm down there.
Torvald's gonna go over to the dragon and like cut it open and try to feel if it's like warm inside.
Okay, make me a survival check for dragon butchery.
Hopefully this goes better than last time. That's gonna be an 18.
So as you cut open the dragon, you've butchered enough creatures in your time to sort of know where a good place to cut is. But the inside of this dragon is icy cold. Like everything, the further you get inside the dragon, the colder it is, rather than there being any sort of internal warmth to it.
All right, Chrysara, I heard a story about this working sometime. I don't remember, when I was a kid or something. Climb in.
You've lost your mind.
Oh, come on, it'll keep you warm.
I'm not that cold. Thank you. However, if you want to crawl inside the carcass of a devil, then you can. I'll save you when it tries to kill you.
What do you mean, it's dead? It's not
We
gonna try
hope.
to kill me.
We hope it's completely dead.
Oh, you can see its innards. What do you mean?
Assuming
dragon.
Adair assuming Adira's sitting next to this, somebody has to say it. He looks over and says, I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
I'm not getting in that.
All right, suit yourself.
So now you have dragon guts spilling out onto the deck of your boat as well, as you are being sloshed back and forth. Water keeps tipping over the side of the boat, and sort of this wash of lake water and now dragon entrails sort of being washed back and forth across the deck.
At least they're frozen, right? So they shouldn't they should be preserved and not really smell.
You see the cat kneeling down, just snacking on a bit.
Nice. What do you think, Sindri? How's it taste?
And Aldis will translate. He says he prefers fish people. No, she says she prefers fish people. Forgetting the cats.
Aye, it's always good to have a frozen treat once in a while, though.
Torvald, I question our friendship at times.
Torvald's gonna go pet Sindri behind the ear.
The cat. We'll let you give it scritches. It's no animal handling check required.
Oh man.
It's not an animal.
I don't mean to alarm anyone, but I don't know what I'm doing. Where should we go? What's going on?
Well, we can keep going in the direction we were going.
During the storm?
Well, we can stay here if you like. Do you feel like you have more control if you're not moving?
I'm gonna try not to move.
So you're trying to hold the boat still. Make me a check to try and sort of hold the boat steady against the waves. And
Is that with the
yeah, with charisma.
charisma?
Charismatically controlling this boat.
Is it 10?
Well, you're not exactly staying still. You feel that you're not entirely in control of the boat anymore. The wind and the waves may be getting the better of you to some extent.
I don't think that worked. Why don't you try it again? Torvald's gonna put his hand on her shoulder, and the little sparks of electricity are gonna kind of go through her body, warm her up a little bit since it's a little cold, and I'm gonna cast guidance.
I'll let you take a second check this time. I'm feeling magnanimous.
Wow. Ooh.
As this is going on, Adair, what are you up to?
Trying to get the dragon guts off me that have probably run across, and do what I can to secure the mess on the
14.
on the deck.
Just like are you trying to put the dragon bits back in the dragon?
I wouldn't go that far. Just try to keep them from sloshing too far out.
I've no idea what check you'd make for dragon integrity check. You know what?
I thought it was frozen.
Let's see.
Let it go.
Oh.
Stop.
I guess
Make me a survival check.
I was going to say nature survival would be good, maybe. That would be a 17,
Nature,
man.
no survival. Yeah, I say survival. 17. Yeah, you managed to. As Ira, what did you get?
14.
As the boat sort of starts to steady more on the surface of the lake, despite the waves around it, the Adair has managed to clear the dragon guts off the deck and sort of get things a bit more tidily tucked away. And a certain sense of calm emerges for a moment. Then a crack of lightning lights across the sky, and then followed by this deep rumble of thunder. And you see a shape silhouetted against the clouds, this time much more real and much more solid. It appears to be something descending very fast towards the lake. And it looks to be almost a basket falling and tumbling out of the sky, accompanied by, as it gets falling faster and faster close to you, the sound of someone screaming rather loudly. Kind of, fuck! Help! Help!
Are they falling towards the water, or?
Yes, they're falling towards the water.
Should I move?
Help! Splash! As
We should probably go.
basket falling from the sky hits the water, it's lost for a moment in the churn of spray of waves. Help!
How far are they?
Probably about feet, 100 feet or so to starboard.
Should I move the boat towards them?
Yes.
Okay.
The boat steers across the waves, and you can see as you're getting closer what appears to be this large floating basket being sort of tossed this way back in the water, and clinging to it are two small, bedraggled looking figures. The basket sort of being tossed back and forth. As you draw up alongside it, the figures don't seem to be looking your direction. They seem to be mostly concentrated on staying afloat in the water. Fuck, this is not... Help! Anyone out there?
We're here.
Oh, thanks, Henning. Could you... A hand? And
Torvald's gonna throw the rope into the water for them to grab.
And one of the figures grabs onto it, and you can see this. The draggled figure doesn't look to be much more than about 3 foot tall. And the other one, even a little smaller, as both of them clad in like soaked, wet clothes. And around them in the water, you can see not only but these sort of shreds of fabric floating off across the surface of the lake, being torn and tattered away, like the remains of some giant sail. And as they, are you hauling them back on board, or they can do the work themselves?
Krasara, come over and help.
Yeah. I'll run over and grab the edge of the rope and help pull.
Right, make me a strength check to haul these two on board.
I'll help Krasara with the help action.
Yep. All right. Wait, how strong's Torvald?
Not very strong.
I'm not sure your help is particularly useful.
It's still useful.
It's a 12.
Alright, they're not very big. So you can manage to haul these two wet figures up to the boat. As they get closer, the nearest one you see appears to be female. She's got hair currently plastered down like a drowned rat against her face, a set of what appear to be goggles over her eyes, and she also appears to be a gnome. She sort of scrambles one hand over the other onto the deck.
I'll grab the back of her shirt and help haul her over.
And the second figure, a hand, please, a hand. Someone.
I'll reach over and grab his hand and just pull him up and drop him on board.
Second one, equally wet, equally bedraggled, but this one is a halfling, rather than a gnome. So just even smaller still. With like quite long blondish hair that's currently just this tangled mass. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I honestly did not expect to find anyone out here.
Well, neither did we. What are you doing falling from the sky? That's our job.
We were hit by lightning. It's rather unfortunate.
Well, maybe it's not.
Maybe
Maybe Thunderer sent you to us.
Thunder? Oh, yes, lightning god, yes. Still getting the hang of these northern customs. I said we shouldn't have flown in a storm. It's fine. Oh, sorry, my manners. I'm forgetting all my manners.
The name's Torvald. What's yours?
Harold Thorngate.
Harold, nice to meet you. And Torvald will go to shake the hand.
Nettle. The gnome holds out a hand. Nice to meet you, Torvald. This your boat?
It's our boat, yes.
And you see Nettle sort of stroking her hand around the woods, giving it a little poke. I mean, you can sort of feel as she's prodding and poking. Sort of
Aye.
scrapes her
Get
fingernail.
your hands off the ship.
Oh, sorry. Just professional curiosity. It's nice.
Torvald like glances
Okay.
over to Ira. Like, he's poking around the ship.
Yeah, it's rather uncomfortable. Please stop.
You can feel that.
Yes.
And Nettle, she comes rushing over to look at the chair and Ira, and so is looking back and forth around it, going, "Wow, wait, where's the rudder? And oh my god, is that a dragon? Is that your dragon?"
It's ours now.
Dead, hopefully.
What do you mean, hopefully?
Its guts are all over the ship.
Grisar does not like dragons. At all. At all.
Well, I must say, thank you very much for the rescue. As I said, much appreciated and very unexpected. Now, would you care to, he puts it back in his pockets. I can pay for passage. May I hire your boat?
Where are you going?
Oh, I'm trying to get back south, post haste.
Where is south?
Ulfborg to begin with, maybe Lettersborg to start.
Well,
What are you
that's-
paying?
Well,
Keep in mind, we're not really a taxi service. We have important things we need to be doing.
oh, of course. I've got I've only got about 15 or so gold on me, but I'm sure I can arrange for more to be sent from the bank once we reach civilization once more.
Also keep in mind, we just killed this dragon.
Yes, you killed it. Well.
Aye.
And he looks back and forth between you, sort of noting, and looks to Grisar and goes, "Well, yes, I can see you are clearly very well armed."
She was asleep the whole time.
Torvald.
Shut up, Torvald. It's not concerned them right now.
You slept
Nothing
through
credit where credit's due.
Slept through a dragon attack? Well, you mean to say, and he looks around at Adair and Ira and Torvald, that the four of you killed a dragon? What? That wee lass over there?
Who is he pointing to?
He points to Aldous.
You'd be surprised what she can do, that's for sure.
Well,
And that cat's no slouch either.
Didn't even see the cat. Well, what brings you so far up this way in the storm? Are you on a fishing trip, or is this one? Is this one of your fabled Ishvellian raids?
Not exactly.
I had a book somewhere. Must have lost it when the balloon went down.
You were flying in
good
a balloon in the storm?
Yes. As I said, we did not expect a storm. It was
Also, what's a balloon?
Oh, it's a large envelope made of silk and Nettle. This is more your area. Please explain. And Nettle looks back. She's kind of been poking round the bottom of the chair where Iris sat. Just and she goes, "Oh, it's my own invention. You basically heat up air with magic, and then it floats." I suppose you don't have flying devices around here really much, do you?
No, not really.
No. Well, look, it's really quite fascinating. Excuse me, you there are you part of the ship? Is she a person or a part of the ship?
I'm a person.
Oh, sorry. Are you cold?
Yes.
Yeah, you've got a bit blue.
Oh, no, not for that reason, but I am a little cold.
Torvald goes to grab a blanket to put over Ira's shoulders.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm sure you do the same for me.
Of course. No, I'm not part of the ship. Well, I kind of am. It's complicated. I am a person. Well, not human. I'm what's called a genasi. I don't know. I don't know the specifics of it, but I can fly kind of sometimes. And I have
You can fly?
wind in my hair. With the boat, yes. And also I can levitate sometimes.
Wait. Nettle just waves her hand back and forth. With the boat?
Yeah.
I was kind of avoiding telling him that.
And you see her sort of glance
Ira.
back over her shoulder at Harold for a second. It flies?
Aye, it flies. Not with hot air like you. Actually, I'm surprised Kursara can't fly, because she's full of that stuff.
What? Where did you get it?
Well, we were raided. And we defeated them, like we did with the dragon.
Them?
Aye. The previous owners of the boat.
Some elves, maybe?
I don't know what you'd call them.
Gnomes?
I'd never seen any like them. Had yellow skin.
Oh, how... She glances back over at Harold, and Harold takes over again. Yellow skin, indeed. Well, that sounds quite fascinating. Are there many yellow-skinned people up here?
Not that I know of.
I must confess, this is my first time in these northern reaches.
Hopefully it'll be less when we're done.
Yes, well... I've always wanted to travel in the barbarous lands. I mean, not to say, of course, that you not have some fascinating inventions up here, but it's awfully cold most of the time. What was I going to say? Everyone's gone awfully quiet. Have I said something wrong?
I'm not really sure what you're trying to say. We just told you about the elf-skin people.
Yes. Well, fascinating. I'd love to hear. Oh, he pulls out a very sodden notebook from his pocket. And it dries out. Right. Yellow-skinned people, you were saying.
That's pretty much all we know.
And these are not a common story among your folk?
Not that I'm aware of.
Curious and curious. I'm compiling a little study of the customs of tales of the North folk.
Well, I'm not sure this would qualify.
No?
Where are you from?
Oh, me? I'm from, you probably won't have heard of it. It's called Albreth. It's a long way south of here. Ira, you would know that Albreth is a vassal kingdom of the Elven Empire, north of Chorus, and is home to a lot of halflings, and is considered a very peaceable, peaceful land.
Nice.
It exists pretty much only due to the protection of the elves, because they don't really have much of a military or armed force themselves. Krasara, you may have been there at some point. They do occasionally get raided.
Whoopsie.
Well, I'm from farther south than you are, so I don't really think you'd want to add me to your studies.
Ah. You see him striking something out from his notebook.
I think I've been to your lands once before.
Oh, on holiday?
She just sort of, not exactly, more like refilling supplies.
Stuff
A
of fun.
resupply mission.
The supply mission. Yes, finally put to her.
Sounds perfectly reasonable. Yeah.
Aye, there's definitely supplies going on.
Well,
I mean supplies. Supplies.
yes, well, this rain doesn't look like it's going to be letting up anytime soon. Do you, live near here? Have any safe place you could go to? Put in, harbour-wise?
So Lansby.
We're pretty close to Trelborough, aren't we?
You are, at this point, I think you were... Hang on, wrong map. Because you sailed for half a day. By this point, you're almost a day's sail from Trelborough, because if you remember, you stopped off. You stopped off for the night, and then the next morning you encountered the guy with the raft.
Well, we could always go to the Beheaded Mountain or the Grey Witch Wood. You know, those sound like safe places.
Yes, they sound. So did you say Beheaded Mountain?
Aye, the Beheaded Mountain.
Right. And that's just because the mountain, doesn't have a top. Not because people get beheaded there.
I'm not really sure, actually.
Huh. Well, any port in a storm, as quite literally in this case.
Aye. Well, how about Arnie Farm?
I have no idea what that is, but sounds like a safe place. What do you think, Nettle? And you see if you glance up at the sky again. Yeah, we should get under cover, out of the rain.
Perhaps we can get something to eat while we're there.
So you know that Arn Farm is going to be sort of a couple of hours sailing back the way you've come. If that's where you want to head.
Maybe we'll just go to shore. Find some place to hole up for a little while.
Yes, I'd like to get out of the storm as soon as possible.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Oh, yes. Anything I can do to assist? I am not a huge sailor myself. Nettle's rather technical one. But if anyone needs a tune to perk them up whilst they go, I've got. I had. I do not have. He looks down at the surface of the lake. Rest in peace.
Well, maybe a cappella then. Why don't you sing us a song, maybe a story from the south?
Oh, to keep your spirits up as we go. Yes, well. Let's see. Are you in the mood for something religious or something more spirited and uplifting?
Let's do uplifting. I think that sounds nice.
Okay, well. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away.
You're not gonna sing?
Oh no, I'm not really singing. I'm more of an instrumentalist. Anyway, as I was saying, once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there were a group of brave adventurers consisting of a cow, 2 brave halflings, and he launches into an epic and slightly ridiculous tale of the adventures of 6 hapless adventurers going through a series of unbelievably weird events. As you sail in for shore, there's like chickens and ducks and then small evil children and a talking mouse at one point. It's the most stupid story you ever heard.
I wanted a real story, not something completely made up.
All stories are real somewhere.
Sure, let me give one a try. You have
yes.
a woman with a big hammer, a dwarf who runs into battle, a woman made out of air who flies, and they kill yellow-skinned people, get a flying ship, and fight a dragon and kill it. That's as made up as we can get. Anyone want to help?
Nothing wrong with that.
Sounds. So you see him look around you again. Very good story. Very good story. Yes.
Just watch out, because somebody's going to embellish it and add something about somebody turning into a badger. We'll follow a horse into the Fae, and we'll dance our way out of it. I mean, stories just get more preposterous as they go.
Oh, you forgot the most important part. The fact that the badger was a special kind of badger. Wasn't it a love badger?
Well, rolling back a moment, you mentioned the Fae. All the stories I read before coming up this far north talk about them in a way that suggests, well, we don't see Fae very much down in Elbreth. Is it true that they are commonplace up here, you know, meddling in the affairs of mortal folk?
They're more commonplace than I would like them to be.
You had a good time, don't lie.
I suppose.
Well, and at this point the boat is drawing in. The shore here is quite sort of soft and boggy looking. You see here and there's a few of inlets and streams, but it's there's not many rocks on this area of the shore. It's mostly soft, slightly dead grass and a few fallen trees here and there. And as you pull the boat into shore, the storm above has picked up quite a bit, and the rain is coming down heavily now. And your boat is without really any form of shelter on it. So it's up to you if you want to take any kind of precaution against the weather, or if you're just going to sit it out in the rain.
There is the sail material, correct? Wasn't there some sail material or something?
You have got a sail on your boat, yes. Okay. The sail material that you saw floating in the water is back out, covered up on the lake.
No, I meant our sails.
Yeah, you've got your sails, yeah.
Should we cover the boat or cover the dragon? Cover ourselves?
Possibly.
Maybe take the sail down? The
Does
sail
anyone know how to do that?
Do we have an anchoring mechanism, or does it usually just kind of stays in place, right?
You don't actually really have an anchor on this boat so far as you've seen.
Okay, but we've left it and it's stayed put, so it kind of anchors itself supposedly.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of convincing to move anywhere. We found
Yeah,
out.
that's fair.
Very stubborn boats.
I'll go ahead and step out of the chair then.
Alright, so you just step out of the chair and on. The boat sort of goes still in the water. In resting mode. In part.
Should we try to find some place on shore to maybe spend the night, or what do you think?
I think we should at least get out of the storm and get dry before anyone gets sick. But Adair is right. I think we should probably cover the dragon. It might bring attention if anyone else is trying to get out of the storm.
Yeah, I have concerns about leaving the boat by itself. If we go on shore, we shouldn't go very far.
Adair would like to examine the sail attachments, and knowing he's not the brightest guy on the planet, he would like to look and see if he can figure out how to unhook the sails.
Alright, I mean, it's not too complicated, but make me an intelligence check. Because I don't presume you've got any experience with nautical tools or anything like that.
Nope, that would be a 14.
14. Well, you're not hugely experienced with this manner of thing. You can work out where the sails have gone. It seems to be a fairly simple mechanism.
Chrysara, you're the boat person. If we unhook this, will that bring the sail down?
It will. It will, right.
Yes, it will.
Chrysara is all about boats. She'll
Chrysara knows her way around boats. Oh, that's fine. I don't either. This is the terrible experience of things that the DM actually knows nothing about.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure
in that
Ira knows
case-
more about boats than Chrysara does.
Oh, those are fighting words. No offense, Ira.
None taken, but I did grow up on trading ships, so...
I grew up on raiding ships. Those are pretty close.
Oh, I wonder if we've ever met before.
Trading's just raiding with the extra step of negotiation.
That's fair.
SP negotiation.
Yes, if you unhook that, the sail will come down.
Alright. So, with the sail unhooked, you've got this large piece of canvas now.
Is it large enough to cover the dragon?
Yes?
Right?
Yeah, it's large enough you can cover up your dragon.
How
With
to
a
cover
blanket.
how to cover your dragon? Yeah. Adair will take the sail, ask for help, try to get it over the dragon, and see if we can tie it down somehow. That's the best I can offer.
Sounds like a plan.
I actually think Nettle looks a bit confused with doing it. You worried someone's gonna steal your dragon?
Aren't
More
you?
the attention.
I mean, I've never had a dragon that someone could steal. So
Well, then it's a little odd for you to be picking on us about whether or not we want to protect our investment in this dragon.
no worries. I mean,
I mean,
I actually ever seen a
we
dragon in the flesh today.
we still have our dragon. You don't exactly have your ship.
Don't rub it in, okay? I was very proud of that balloon. Won 3 prizes, you know? 3.
Really? What for?
Yeah.
Most likely to get shot out of the sky.
No. Most innovative new invention. The Emperor's Award for contribution to the war effort.
War effort? What war would this be?
Well, it's a hypothetical war effort. It was an award for in case the Empire does go to war. But, I mean, we're not at war.
DM? Do I think she's being honest?
Make me an insight check.
Sounded a wee bit fishy to me. Let's go be a 13.
Hard to get a read. Gnomes are notoriously shifty. Especially some of the names you've come across in your days. But it's hard to get a read on her.
Okay.
So you managed to get the dragon covered up in this large canvas sheet, and the rain washes. As the rain washes over, Nettle and Harold just draw off to one side, and you can hear them conversing sort of quietly to each other in a language none of you understand.
Oh.
And as they're doing that, yeah.
It's a bit rude to be speaking a language that we can't understand.
Oh, sorry. I forget that not everyone speaks halfling. Yeah, it's commonplace.
I wasn't
it's
aware
common,
that
that's
was
common
even a
where I'm
language.
from. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm
Well,
pretty
right.
sure. I mean, I'd have to go and check, but I'm fairly sure it's a real language. I mean, as real as dwarvishes. He looks up to you.
What do you mean? Dwarves. It's definitely a language.
Are you sure about that?
Aye.
Well, then so's halfling.
Well, I just said I didn't know.
Well, clearly a lot you don't know.
Storms
Bit
make
rude.
me very uncomfortable. Can we please find shelter?
Yes, I'm getting awfully wet.
Thorvald, should we just leave them here if they're going to continue to insult you? Only I'm allowed to do that.
On our boat?
Agreed.
We're gonna leave them on our boat.
Oh
Not
no,
on our
throw
boat.
them
We'll
off.
kick them
Okay.
off. We'll go
Okay.
somewhere else. We
I'm
got
pretty
them
sure-
ashore.
Sorry. No offense meant at all. Sorry. It's the weather and the stress. It's making me a little short-tempered. We would love to stay with you. Wouldn't we, Nettle?
Well, we know you'd
Mental.
want to stay with us. We're wonderful people. It's a matter if we want to stay with you.
They wanted to go to Lettisburg, right?
Yes, or anywhere south. South, it would be excellent. Anywhere south, yes.
I haven't been to Lettisburg in a while. I wouldn't mind stopping by there.
Will we be able to sell a dragon there?
I don't know. I could ask Elric. Oh, you don't know who Elric is. I have a good friend in Lettisburg who I met who helped me through a difficult time named Elric. He was the one that gave me this armor originally that you kind of made even fancier. So I'm sure he would know where we could sell a dragon or something like that. Be nice to see him again.
We could sail to the
Torvald's
Fire
like-
Islands and drop it off.
Torvald's like getting jealous, but he's trying not to show it.
Oh no. Does that not sound good, Torvald?
I'm sorry. Sounds fine.
Oh, oh,
Nice little dog bark.
I don't know that language either.
You hear a sound, dogs barking off further inland from the tree line. And you see Nettle and Harold sort of look to each other nervously.
Well,
Is there something you're
Sindri,
not
do you
telling
speak canine?
I think you just got the middle claw.
Maybe it's just wolves. Yes. Wolves.
What do
There
you
must be
think it
plenty of
is?
wolves in these parts. Well, as I said, it's wolves. Yes?
You said
sure you've heard
maybe
of
it's
wolves
wolves.
before? I mean, it is wolves. Yes, wolves.
Torvald, do I think that they're telling the truth?
I mean, I can leave it up to your judgment, or you can make me an insight check if you want.
I'm gonna make an insight check. Just because rolling dice is fun. Yeah, so that's gonna be a 14.
Oh, he is most definitely lying. You can see he is very, very nervous and knows, like, him and Nettle keep glancing to each other, and you can see this air of panic between them, as they are very, very worried about something.
All right, you lead the way then. We'll be right behind you, we promise.
Lead the way where?
Well, towards the sound. We gotta find out what it is, don't we?
You've got to head towards it?
Aye, there's just wolves. We killed a dragon. You think we're scared of some wolves?
Well, I'm not really a fighting type, and I think Nettle lost her crossbow we got earlier, and...
Well, luckily, I'm a healer.
Well, you would not surely send unarmed civilians to face off against wolves, would you? What kind of...
Aye, you'll be fine against some wolves. They're just animals. They might not even attack you.
Yes, and as it's going on, you can hear the sound of rustling further off inland, and then another repeated echoed back and forth.
So why don't you just tell us what you think it really is?
Well, you see, here's the thing. And as he sort of takes a deep breath to start telling a story, that is when, away from Torvald and discussing it, Actaea, you see from the tree line, come breaking out and come running towards you, 3 figures, low to the ground. Well, forms, that's the word I'm after. 3 forms, low to the ground, running on 4 legs, full tilt towards where you stand on the shore by the boat.
Okay.
And as they pick up their pace and head towards you and close the distance between you, I will need you to please roll me initiative and put yourselves on the map. Because you are about to come under attack. So let me just do one last bit of bookkeeping. Come on.
trying to center the map up a little bit there.
Oh, I made too many of them. Alright, stick yourselves on the map where you be. We're talking to them. The storm's still blowing around you. Sky is dark. As these three low forms come racing out of the undergrowth towards you. And as I find my whiteboard of power, ooh. Quasari, you've got an 18.
Oh, thank God. I was worried about I couldn't get my icon.
Oh, 9 for a dare. Ira, what have you got? Yeah, a reasonable 50. Oh, Torvald.
I'm good at initiative. I feel like it's always like Torvald. Torvald's always last.
That's so the rest of us get a chance to fight, you know, before you kill everything off with your special power.
Oh, well, you're really marginally worse than those two.
I hope you enjoy not falling off a boat. So I have a soft spot for people falling off of things lately.
This time, our fight takes place on solid land.
That was a level 2 spell slot you made me waste.
Well,
Waste?
If I have a moment having noticed these things coming in, I will tell everyone they're inbound and point out roughly where they are.
So you watch as they, having rolled a very, very respectable 21, come racing out over the grass towards you, and you watch their movements. Do not seem like the movements of any dog you've seen. There is a disjointed manner to their movements. Almost
Wolves, you say, huh?
Scattered away, their limbs moving out of order in a disjointed manner.
Sindri, go get him!
As they come rushing up round onto the shore. And you can see the light, the dim stormlight and the lightning glinting off, not fur, but this strange, almost metallic armored carapace. And Krasara, it's your turn. Ira, you'll be up next.
Krasara is going to charge the one coming right at us and attack recklessly with her maul.
Alright, so you're leaping down off the boat.
Yes.
In the shallow water beside the boat. You go charging up to the creature.
That is a 17.
17. That will hit. Yes. Alright, roll me the damage on that as your maul goes slamming into the creature.
That is 14.
14 points of damage. Okay. There's a significant dint in this creature now. And you can definitely see as your maul strikes that it clangs, almost like hitting armor. And Ira, that brings us round to you.
Yes, okay. So I'm going to go ahead.
And Adair, you'll be up next.
I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I'm going to follow Krasara, so I'm going to hop off and kind of follow suit behind her and go up to
So-
the yes.
Splash into the shallow water beside the boat.
Yes.
Flavor.
Yes, I splash into the water, and then I walk up to Kursara, and I'll go ahead and strike at that same metal wolf thing. And I'm going to use... Sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and use Thunderous Smite.
Alright.
Thunderous Smite.
Okay.
And so that's bonus action. Extra 2d6 thunder damage if I hit. So, here's hoping. And then, yes, I'm just gonna strike at it with my longsword. Does a 10 hit?
No, a 10 does not hit.
Alright.
But you've still, I believe you've still got Thunderous Smite. Is it concentration? Is it until your next hit?
Yes, yeah, so I just keep holding on to it.
Okay. Alright, that brings us to Adair.
Adair's going to reach his hands out towards the two that are over in this area. Make like this and cast Entangle and cause plants to grow
Alright.
around them. And as soon as I get the draw here, I will do the 20 foot.
There's this tangle
I really want it
of...
to be green, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, the square, not you. It's my fault. And it's a
great.
it's a strength of with a DC of 14.
A strength saving throw for each of them. Ooh. You watch as they are both tangled up in this mass of vines. They are both restrained. Both tangled up in this mass of vines. And is that everything there?
That will be it for me. Yes.
You watch as Nettle sort of backs up round this way behind the dragon. And Harold looks at Torvald and goes, "Well, you're totally capable, man. I'm pretty sure that you've got a good handle on this. Yes. Well, go you. I'm just going to be back here." And he takes
Can I
a step
respond,
back.
or do I have to wait for my turn?
Torvald, you have one bardic inspiration.
Oh, nice.
So you have 1d6 bardic inspiration you can use on attack rolls, saving throws, and checks. And it's now your turn.
What are you paying if we save your life again?
Well, I'd have to check Nettle's bag. I think we might have something useful in there. Got all manner of gadgets and gewgaws in there, you know. Artificery knickknacks.
All right,
I'm sure we
well,
can find something.
Thunder, smite them. And he's gonna put his hand out, and this just like swell of energy is gonna build up and explode as a 10-foot radius shatter is gonna go off, and it's a DC 15 at disadvantage, right? Because they're metal.
Yes, they are metal, yeah.
DC 15 con save at disadvantage
Or which ones?
for the two in the entangle.
Between the entangle. Ooh! And 15. Alright, one failure and one that succeeded.
All right. So that you're gonna notice it just gets even stronger as I use the channel divinity. So Torvald's gonna max the damage there. So it's gonna be 24 thunder damage.
Okay. So, as this booming thunder rings out, this one is knocked down a little bit. As it raises its head back up, a little battered, but still moving. Is that everything, Torvald?
Yes, that's everything.
Alright. These two are going to attempt to use their strength to get out of this tangled mass. That one is not going to manage to do it. And what's the DC on this, Adair? On the to escape the entanglement?
Sorry, I was muted. 14.
Oh yeah, no, they're both stuck there. This one, the dog over by Ira and Krasara, leaps up and attempts to bite Krasara as the one who actually hit it.
Disadvantage.
Second
Use
jars.
protection.
It would be so. It would have had advantage from the reckless, but it's balanced out. Yeah. Yeah, that is an 8. I am not on form tonight.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
As its jaws just snap shut, like this far short of your face, Krasara, and it lands back down on the ground. And it is your turn, Krasara.
All right. Krasara is going to charge this one right over here it's tangled up, and she is going to rage and reckless attack.
As you leave the other one, it takes one snap at your ankles. Right. You are officially vanished. And you see its jaws close like this far short of your ankles this time.
Like, ha! Bad dog. Alright, so we are going to rage and activate my fire aura. And Ira is safe because I'm 15 feet away from her.
Yay!
Yeah.
I think this is the first time that Krasara has been on fire and not caused any damage to you guys.
19, 20, that is a dirty 20.
That will most definitely hit.
Alright. So my 2 is 2. 7, 8, 9. And then 10, 11 with the fire damage. That should be 11 damage total.
11 damage. Okay. This one definitely doesn't look too good anymore. Like, it's been hit by thunder and now it's just been smashed by a mole, and it's still tangled up in these briars and brambles that's tugging it tighter to the ground. Is that your turn, Krasara?
Yes.
Alright, Ira, it's your turn.
Yes, so I'm going to go ahead and strike at that wolf again. Hopefully this time it hits. How about a 16?
That will hit.
Sweet. Okay, so I go ahead and strike at it with my longsword, and because I have Thunderous Smite, from the storm, I'm assuming that's brewing. There's a strike of basically like a lightning strike almost, but there's a loud thunder, and that's heard 300 feet around. And so that attack is going to do.
You are not a stealthy group.
No, not really.
Nope. Not.
Just every couple of seconds, boom, boom, boom.
That is going to be 7 piercing and 5 thunder.
7 piercing and 5 thunder.
And they also have to make a strength save or be pushed 10 feet away or knocked prone.
It manages to hold its ground as I finally roll a decent number above a 10.
Nice.
As it holds its ground against you. Adair, it's your turn.
Adair will scoop up a pebble from outside the ship, cast magic stone on it, and throw it at the dog creature that Krasara is fighting.
Okay.
And miss horribly.
The pebble lands on the edge. From over your shoulder, you see there's just this firebolt just sail off and hit the grass somewhere over there. As I remember to roll for Aldous and roll appallingly. Is that everything there?
That is it for me at the moment. Yes.
Torvald's gonna kind of like look over at Adair, like.
Harold peers out from behind Torvald, like, and just calls over, "Stay back, you ugly, ugly mutt! Stay back!"
Wait, was he talking to us or to the dogs?
To the dogs. But the dog does not seem bothered by it. Torvald, it's your turn.
Alright. So Torvald is going to hold a hand out at the one that Ira is fighting, and it's gonna say, "If Thunder is gonna help you, I'm gonna help you too." And he points out his hand and fires a guiding bolt that way, and I'm going to use the Bardic Inspiration on that attack roll.
Okay.
Okay, didn't need it. That's going to be.
I think you can wait.
26.
I think you can wait until after you've rolled and before I tell you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In future.
26-ish, something like that.
That will definitely hit. 26 will hit. Roll some damage.
All right. So it's 4, yeah. All right. That's going to be 16 radiant damage.
All right. As this radiant light lights up the one in front of you, Ira, you can see there's really not much of it left. And the light sort of glows against this, not flesh underneath where its arm has fallen off, but a strange mixture of metal cogs and pieces. Whatever this is, it's no living creature. It's its turn. So, as it's slowly losing bits of its pieces of metal falling free, it makes one last desperate lunge towards Ira. And I think maybe does a 19 hit you?
No! My armor is really good now. So it tries to jump at me and I just take my shield and go, no. Don't even try.
This one over, the one in front of you, Krasara, takes a snap towards your ankles. Oh, for goodness sake. I presume a 9 doesn't hit you? No.
Almost.
Shh. You hush.
I'm losing my edge and my reputation here.
Did you roll at advantage?
Oh, does
Didn't
it have
you attack
advantage?
recklessly?
Oh, that is true.
No, that was a 1.
Perfect.
I have pissed off some angry god somewhere. Thunderer. The last dog struggles to try and break free, and yes! Manages to use its action to break free. It comes lunging up and leaps up the low side of the boat to land on the deck, right in front of Nettle. And Crisara, it's your turn.
All right, Crisara is going to attack recklessly in her rage and attack the little jerk dog that is directly in front of her again. Let's see. 17.
17 will hit.
Perfect. Okay. Keep track of where I put all my dice.
Is the one in front of Ira dead, or is it still alive?
It's still alive, but it's very much on its last legs. 3 of them. One's fallen off.
Okay, so strength, that should be rage, that should be an 11.
11. Okay. Yours is now looking pretty much equally as terrible as Iris.
Good.
Like its head sort of half off at an angle, and you can hear the clink, clink of cogs and whirring inside of it, and see this sort of pulsing glow at the heart of it. Ira, it's your turn.
And you notice that the one in front of you is glowing, so it's like super easy to see.
Nice.
Mhm.
Cool. Well, a final strike from my long sword will hopefully finish it off. So let's go ahead. How about a 9?
That's with advantage.
Oh, I have advantage.
Have advantage because of guiding bolt.
Okay, how about a 15?
A 15 will hit. So roll me some damage on that as your
Sweet.
longsword cleaves down into it.
That is going to be a 5.
Okay. So as your sword smashes down into here, the crunch and snap of metal and gears, and then you see this as the light in the heart of it just explodes outwards. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
I would love to. It's an 8.
You will catch this blast of fire full in the face. Is 9 points of fire damage.
9?
As scattered chunks of metal are thrown on the grass around you.
I got it.
Adair, it's your turn.
Having seen the one come charging onto the boat, Adair is going to growl. His fingernails and teeth are going to grow. He is going to charge over there and leap at it.
Alright.
And that was probably a foolish thing to do because that's a 9.
Oh no.
You just scrape your newly grown claws against hard metal. Doesn't seem to make any impact. Teeth are on the edge of the boat a bit.
That's going to be it for this turn.
Nettle sort of looks at the dog bearing down upon her. Starts muttering, patting at her pockets. And reaches in and pulls out a hat from her pocket. Looking panicked, pulls the hat on and jumps backwards over the side of the boat. As she makes her exit, the dog snaps and you see its claws close on her leg and tear a chunk of flesh out as she disappears back over the side of the boat into the water. You hear a yelp of pain. Ouch. Ouch. As she disappears back over the side of the boat. Harold sort of rushes up to the side. Nettle? Nettle! See him leaning over and he shouts the word and sort of points in her direction in the water. Zanin! Pasala! And another firebolt Always specify. Always specify. A firebolt comes sailing out from Aldous and strikes the dog near you, Chrysara. Unfortunately, I should really have thought that through. I'm sorry, Aldous, for your for what I'm about to do here in your name. Because as the firebolt strikes the dog, and he watches it smashes apart, and the firebolt igniting the heat already burning inside this thing. As Chrysara, you see right up in front of you, it explodes, and I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I didn't check my calculations. I blame Aldous.
Oh, that's a 12.
It's her fault.
It's a 12.
A 12. Okay. You managed to dodge the worst of the explosion.
Okay.
And you take 4 points of fire damage. Actually, unless that's halved or anything by anything you've got.
During rage, I am resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
No.
Um,
No,
No.
I don't see anything.
No. I couldn't remember if it was a thing for your fact that you were on fire. But
okay.
That's what I was just checking because I was curious. Too.
It's like, please.
as it more scattered parts of dog everywhere. Torvald, it's your turn.
Adair, you might want to step back. Chrysara, can you throw this thing off the boat? Into the water or something?
I'd be more than happy to.
How damaged does this one look?
This one's still looking pretty strong. It's not really been hit by very much, and it's looking rather well functioning still.
Alright. Torvald's going to call down a bolt of lightning next to its head, and it will have to make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw. To toll the dead.
It's not wise. It's not wise.
Not wise.
Not wise. Roll me some damage.
Alright. It's gonna be 6 necrotic.
6 points of necrotic damage. It's still moving. And is that everything, Torvald?
Ira, you okay over there?
Yeah. just a little fires all.
Alright. That's it. That's all. That's all we got.
The dog on the deck pivots round and lunges towards Adair. His jaws snapping. Does a 14 hit you, Adair?
Oh, absolutely.
Alright. Where is my damage dice? I've not even barely got them out yet because you guys never get hit by anything.
Oh, I do.
Oh. Ow. Adair, as the jaws clamp shut, you take 16 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
These very sharp, also quite hot teeth sinking into your leg. And Chrysara, it's your turn.
Alright. How far away is that stupid dog from me?
Just pretend it's me and throw it off the boat.
Oh, done. Kasara is going to run up to the dog, and is it near the edge of the ship where I can grab it? Or will she need to try to jump onto the...
You can grab it from where you are now because it's currently lunging at Adair along the side of the ship, so you can try and grapple it from where you are.
And she's going to try to grapple it and grab it and throw it off.
Okay. That is a 16 on my behalf. What do we have on your end? It's an athletics check.
No, nope, I can't count. That's a 10.
You do not manage to grab the dog. It's got its claws sort of digging into the ship, and its teeth still sort of lodged on in a dare. It uses that to sort of brace itself against the side of the boat. And then, as you pull it, you do manage to get it to at least release its jaws from Adair's leg.
Good.
And Ira, it's your turn.
So Ira is far away from everything. Yeah, Ira's
Far.
yeah, not too bad. Okay, Ira's just gonna go stand by. Adair, are you off the boat or are you just on the side?
I assume I'm on the side of it, since the dog had me in its mouth and it's on the boat.
Yeah,
Correct.
you're still on the side of the boat because
Yeah.
you were climbing along. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, I'm just gonna stand down at this. I'm gonna still be in the water at the bottom of the boat, and just kind of be down here ready to support. But if how about I'll hold an action if the dog is thrown off the boat by Krasara or anyone, I will go ahead and attack it with my longsword.
Okay. If it comes into range.
Yeah.
Right. You watch as another. Wait, hang on. What was your advice to Aldous at this point? Are you telling her to hold her fire or carry on hitting it? Would you say anything to given
Would I say anything to Aldous?
any of you? I'm trying to judge Aldous' state of mind. Is Aldous going to try and throw another?
Yeah, sure.
Raise your hand. Do you think Aldous would
It's
throw
still
a
looking pretty
fireball?
healthy. I think it could use a little bit more damage.
Yeah. Why not?
Blast it.
Use your other thing that you can do instead of the fire.
Oh, and you watch instead of fire, this bolt of green energy strikes across towards it, and seems to do a fair bit of damage. There's like bits of cog go blasting off in this glittering green energy, and you hear splashing from the water on the other side of the boat. You can't see really exactly what's going on over there with the poor unfortunate NPCs, but Torvald, it is your turn again.
Alright. Torvald's gonna call another bolt down. And he's gonna have to make another wisdom saving throw.
Come on, the wisdom of the murder dogs be upon you. The murder dogs have wisdom! That is a 19 from the murder dogs.
I will save then.
You're my happy one. Alright, anything else?
Everyone get as far away as you can. We'll try to kill it from afar. And that's it.
Okay. The dog's turn. And it lunges this time towards Krasara. Did you attack it recklessly last time, Krasara, or not? No, you grappled, so you're fine.
I grappled.
Yeah. So as it lunges towards you, that is a 17.
Yes.
That is 14 points of piercing damage.
I do have resistance to piercing damage.
7 points of piercing damage.
Yes.
Nice.
It doesn't bother too. You're too angry to let little things like
Shake it
having
off.
a metal dog try and tear your throat out to bother you.
Yes.
And it's your turn, Krasara. It's this creature.
Oh, she is furious. Is it? Am I still holding it? It's on the ship, or? where she was grappling it, where did that mutt wind up?
This mutt, it's still on the ship. It's sort of, it's up on the ship, and you're off the ship, so it's sort of level with your face. It's got the height advantage. It's staring at you eye to eye.
She's gonna
snarling
grab
jaw.
both of its front paws, slam it down on the ship, and try to drag it off.
All right, make me that check.
Oh, I hope that's a laugh in my favor. That is a... What check is it? Is it athletics?
Athletics.
Oh, good. That's a 14.
The dog fails utterly and completely in the most failure of ways to hold on to the ship in any manner. Where are you throwing it again?
On the ground. I smacked its face onto the edge of the ship, and I'm trying to pull it off.
Down here? Down to this side of you?
Yes.
So you just pull it over the railing and smash it down onto the ground.
I'm ready.
You're not currently in range of it.
No. Okay.
But it is your turn now anyway.
Okay. Well, yeah, so with my sword, like, already kind of in ready position, I just run at it and I'll slash at it.
It's like in the water, kind of, right?
Yeah, it's like an awkward high knee run.
Okay. We've already established that Ira just doesn't bother with the whole swimming thing.
Who cares?
No, I was hoping that the dog thing was in the water, hoping it would, like...
It's in the shallows, it's sort of splashing.
Oh, that's an 8.
That will not hit, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Is that everything?
Yep, I'll just give it an intimidating look.
Make me... No, it doesn't care. Adair, it's your turn.
Adair's going to pick up another rock and charge it and throw it at it. Let's see if he can hit it this time. And that is going to be a 19, so I'm really hoping that hits.
That will hit it, yes, that will hit it.
Awesome. Oh, wow. That is going to be 10 points bludgeoning damage.
Ouch! Yeah, this one's not looking quite so good anymore. Like, who knew, like, a stone would hit, like, sort of lodged into it. Supernatural force.
That's eco power for you children. Captain
Yeah, another, and a bolt of green energy comes striking down from the other side of the boat, and just narrowly misses the dragon and just goes off into the distance. Sorry. You hear a splashing sound as Harold hauls Nettle back onto the deck of the ship near you, Torvald. You can see Nettle appears to be still bleeding a fair bit from her leg, but the wound has partially closed up. And she's also wearing a little knitted woolen blue hat pulled down over her head now. And Torvald, it is your turn.
That's quite a nice hat you got there.
Oh, this is my my swimming hat.
All right then. And then Torvald's gonna call another bolt down next to the dog, and it's gonna have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Why do the D20s keep running away from me? That is a 17.
That'll save. Now I can't add the bardic inspiration to the. It's like when I'm making a save, right?
Yeah, when you're making a save, yeah. And you've used it, your bardic inspiration, haven't you?
No, I thought. Well, I did, but I didn't know I could wait, so I didn't know if that counted or not.
Okay, I'll let you have it back. Actually, I'll say for this poem, actually, beside you, Harold says, Come on, you can do this! You can do this, Torvald, you've got it! You can have your bardic inspiration back.
Thank you.
I believe in you. I mean, I've only just met you, but I believe in you. And towards Torvald. The dog, sort of whipping its head back, round and forth, lunges for Krasara or Ira? Ira or Krasara? Where is something? Would you like evens or odds, Ira?
Odd.
Lunges for Krasara. No, Ira. Ira. That was an odd number. 7 is an odd number. Lunges for Ira. I can't do math.
I mean, no.
No. Does an 18 hit you?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Its jaws just kind of snapping against your own.
My shield.
armor.
I just stand there looking at it with my shield, still that intimidating look.
I imagine Ira's like, "Aw,
Puppy.
so
And
cute."
Krasara, it's your turn.
All right, I am going to attack the dog recklessly. Is it? Ooh, I hope I do better on the next one.
They heard you say dogs.
We've got special sound effects. Here we spend no expense on Isfjell. We brought live dogs in to perform as the murder dogs.
She's taken care of him for years just for this moment.
I have. It's a 12.
A 12? That will hit.
Oh my god.
That will hit.
Okay, so
Just.
7, 12, 13. That should be 13 damage because 2 for the fire.
All right. So as more smashes into it, and as you're the smoldering fire, Actaea and Ira also take 2 points of fire damage, I believe. As your fire seems to ignite and increase the heat, as the last few cogs pop out of place, and Ira and Krasara, you hear the familiar sort of as it explodes in your face. Again, I need you both to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Can do. That's a 16.
That's a 7.
Krasara, you take 10 points of fire damage. Ira, you take 5.
Got it.
As this last of the dogs explodes into scattered pieces around you. And with that, we are out of initiative. And you're standing on this windswept shore of the lake, the storm clouds still dark above you. And the last blink, blink, blink of a cog rolling against the stones.
Torvald's gonna look at the our new companions and say, "Do you think you can salvage anything from these?"
I take a look, and Nettle sort of pulls off the hat he was carrying and shoves it in the small bag at her side, and clambers over, and you hear Harold going, "Careful, mind your leg. Careful, it might still be hot. Thank you. That was thank you, all of you, ladies. I am most appreciative. That was very impressive indeed. Very impressive.
It would help
you
if you
gentlemen.
told us what you were up against before we fought it.
Well, I honestly didn't think they'd have found us. Thought we were far enough south that we didn't need to worry about those anymore.
They were looking for you.
Maybe a complete coincidence with the ones we've seen before. Probably not. You know.
Do you know who sent them?
Well, we may have made had a little disagreement with some of, people who live, some dwarves in the north. That was all. Just a slight disagreement with some dwarves. Nothing to worry about. Once we're safe in Lettisborg, everything will be fine. I mean, not dwarves. Goliath dwarves, very easy to confuse with one another.
I don't think that's true. I want to see. Well, they're clearly lying, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He seems very stressed at this moment. You can. And Goliath. We had a run-in with a band of Goliath.
You can stop lying now. I know you're lying to me, and I don't appreciate it. You better start telling the truth, or we're gonna kick you to the curb.
All right. Well,
Definitely curbs here.
That's what I was
I
wondering.
have no idea. I have no idea what a curb is, but I don't want to be kicked to one. It sounds painful. Here's the thing. You see, we were out here on a perfectly innocent expedition, visiting the north. Doing a little bit of, I don't know if you have a word for it in common, we call it, that one where you go round old places and break into them and look for things of great academic interest. Archaeology. I was on an archaeology trip here with Nettle, testing her machine, and we headed up north, onto the ice, and, well, you know how you mentioned meeting some yellow people?
Aye.
I think we may have come across them. Did yours by any chance have a habit of teleporting and speak a strange language and have, and he sort of gestures vaguely towards the Cloud Maiden, boats that look a bit like that one?
Well, obviously.
Ah, yes, you said you stole it off them. Sorry. Been a stressful day. Yes, here's the thing. I think those people might be after us. And at this point, because we're coming up to the halfway point, we're going to go for break. One. And welcome back. So, here our heroes stand on the shores of Lake Glad, storm clouds thick above them, having just defeated 3 strange automaton dogs, which it seems were pursuing their 2 new-found friends? Harold the Halfling and Nettle the Gnome. And as Harold looks around at you and goes, yes, I think they may be chasing us. But and he looks up to the sky again nervously. I'm hoping they don't fly in storms. Right?
I have a feeling they're flying in storms.
And then, look, I'm sorry for not mentioning this earlier, but it would all have sounded quite mad, I believe. We're yellow people off on the ice.
You could have mentioned it when we mentioned it.
Yeah, that would have been an opportune time. I was just thinking how best to word it didn't make us look like terrible thieves.
Well, you did a great job. Congratulations. Lying to us was a really good move.
Yes, well, he has a problem where he thinks every problem can be solved by just talking and talking till it goes away. That'll play music at people. We have a 4-letter word for people like him where I come from.
And what's
It's a terrible insult. Bard.
that? We have that word too.
Look, Harold, no, don't say a word. I will explain everything. Here's the thing. We went north. We're looking for a tomb, old Isfjellian king. Seems as them yellow people had got there before us. Digging something up in the ice. I don't know what, but they had a whole bunch of people there who didn't seem to be too happy to be there. And we had a little bit of a sneak around and may have acquired a couple of things from their encampment.
All right, we'll fork them over.
Hey, finders keepers. We found them. But
All right, and then we found you and saved you.
I'll let you choose intimidation or persuasion for this one, Torhol. You'll see as you're taking the lead on it.
Let's see.
Think of which tact you're choosing to go for here.
I guess it's intimidation. It's definitely intimidation.
I'm pretty sure Torvald has an excellent face, right?
I'm gonna use
Right.
these bardic inspirations.
I'll let you. I'll say, I mean, technically the minute's over. I'll let you use the last bardic inspiration of his bardic inspiration to try and inspire you to intimidate.
No.
Look, we're not scared of you, and I see no reason why we should fork over our archaeological finds to a bunch of ruffians in a flying boat. Just because you're good at killing things does not mean you would know what to do with these.
Can we still see them?
I mean, just to look at.
Yeah.
What did you think I meant?
Oh, we know what you Isfjellians are like, you know. Turn up in a boat, carry everything off. It's you've got rather the reputation.
Technically, you came upon us, so.
Well, you must forgive me for not immediately trusting people from a nation of marauding raiders.
We saved your life twice.
Look, just to look, right?
Yeah.
Ira, make me a persuasion check.
Ira's genuine.
Persuasion.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
persuasion.
Ugh.
I always believe Ira's genuine. At some point, I'm going to be fooled by that.
She's actually like the evil villain of the whole campaign.
That's a 5.
He looks warily around at you, and you see Nettle's hand just drifting towards the bag at her side and sort of holding onto the clasp of it. I think it's best if we don't trouble you with them. It might cause all sorts of trouble. As I said, I'm happy to. Here, I've got 10 gold pieces and. What have you got, Nettle? Nettle? I've got 5. And a hat. It's a very nice hat.
All right.
And she looks up. What did you say? She looks up to Krasara, towering above them.
I'm pretty sure the lady asked to see them. We're not outright thieves. We're not going to just take them from you. Had I wanted them, I would have already taken them and thrown you off the ship.
If you don't want to show it to us physically, could you just describe them in great detail?
Chryssara, make me that intimidation check.
Please, 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 God, let this be a good roll. That is a... That's 15.
And she looks between Ira, smiling and friendly, and up at Chryssara. Just looking, right?
Yes.
Alright, well. And she reaches her arm down into her bag, and she watches her arm reaches down into this small pouch, disappears like down to the elbow.
Aha. Nice.
It's hang on, sorry, it's fallen to the bottom. And she pulls out, first of all, a small silk pouch with appears to be 3 shards of glowing crystal in it. It's sort of bright blue crystals glowing with a steady light. And then she reaches back down. Yes, Adair?
Do these resemble crystals which we have seen in the recent past?
They do look fairly similar to the crystals you've seen growing around Healer Sloane's cottage on the other side of the mirrors. Over in the Fae. And she reaches back down in and pulls out. I have no idea what this is, but this, I think it might be some kind of ceremonial thing. You see she's holding a slender wand, which appears to be made of glass or crystal. About this long, narrowing to a point at one end and the other end jagged, as though it's been broken off. Just doesn't seem to do anything magical, but when you hold it, you get like, I don't know, a sense of something. But as I said, nothing that fancy.
Can I hold it?
Don't.
What? Oh, yeah.
Adair is getting increasingly agitated. I've seen this in one of my dreams. And I don't recommend anyone touching it.
Nettle just puts it down quite quickly.
Oh.
You saw it in a dream? Well,
I don't know you quite well enough to go into that yet, but I'd recommend that you leave that alone until we know more about it.
Adair's what they call, pathetic.
He's pathetic?
Prophetic. Right.
Oh, sorry. I must have misheard what you said there.
He's pretty much right on both counts.
I have a pretty good throwing arm as she stretches her arm out and sort of practices throwing.
Excuse me. We can't throw it away. This is some form of valuable artifact, no doubt. The fact that we're being pursued all this way by whatever the hell those hellish beasts were states that these are important.
Well, what's your plan with them? Sorry.
Ira.
What's your plan with them then?
Take them back to the Empire and get a good reward for finding exciting artifacts. Get a nice exhibit about our expedition in one of the museums. A nice article in the papers. What were you asking, Mr. Sorry, I forget your name. Aiden?
Adair.
You said something?
Where did you find this wand?
Wand?
Again?
Oh, it was the tents of one of those yellowish folk. Seemed to, I don't know. I did not understand their kind of weird language, but They seem
Was
to
it
have
just- Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. Sorry, I shouldn't have cut you off.
So, was it just lying on the floor in the tent, or did you have to, shall we say, examine the rest of the room for it in detail?
It was, lying in a badly locked drawer. Which is tantamount to lying on the floor, wouldn't you say?
Oh, but of course. And when this lock just managed to fall apart and the drawer just slid open on its own, was there anything else with it?
That's also where we found the crystals. There were a bunch of papers, but they were in their strange squiggles of whatever their languages. Didn't look like anything I've never seen. Not halfling. It's definitely a language. Or common or elvish or
I take out the
anything I know.
paper. I take out the paper on which we made the copy, the poor copy, of the celestial writing, and show it to him.
No, that's not it. That looks familiar, I think. Is that celestial?
I wouldn't know. You just fold it up and put it away.
Well, you really think this thing is dangerous, though?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Like, he's just looking down warily at it, sort of gives it a gentle poke. It doesn't seem to do very much. Well, I suppose we'll just put it safely back where we found it. He hands it, picks it up and holds it towards Nettle. He's like, nope. That thing ain't going back in my bag. If you want to keep it, Harold, you can carry it.
Adair will take out some leather to wrap it in and say, here, put it in this.
Thank you, good idea. And he tucks it into the inside pocket of his jacket and takes the glowing crystals and puts them in. Are these safe?
Probably not.
What are they?
They... how do we explain this? If you have an evil side, they will bring it out and you will have to fight with it.
What do you mean an evil side? We've already established that's not what happened.
Like them. No? You take those. I'll take the one, you take those. Not put them both in the same place. Evil side? I don't have any evil side.
Well, neither do I, but apparently some other people, he kind of looks around, do.
Well, some of you I could believe that of. Him looking up at Crisara.
What was that?
Nothing indeed. But I'm sure look, as I said, once this, I'm sorry for having lied to you, but I didn't want to involve anyone else in this, and the story doesn't exactly paint us in the best of lights.
Well, it's good that you'll just be getting on land there. And we'll be taking off on our own, so...
But I paid you!
For saving your life twice.
But you're not taking us to Lettisborg?
I wouldn't mind.
Ulfborg?
Torvald, hear me out. I think
This is
maybe
quite a
we
nice
should...
hat.
I
We
think...
were supposed to be visiting my family.
Torvald, maybe we should take him with us. And Chrysara, maybe you should try one of those special drinks you've had before.
I'd be more than happy to try one of those. She walks off to where her bag is and pulls one out and comes back.
It's not
Would
there.
you like... Oh, they're definitely there. Those are
Torvald
hidden.
took them from you.
Because they're not there.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first of all, me and you gonna have a chat after this. Like, for real, we're not hanging up after this is all over with. Chrysara looks through her bag. They're not here.
Aye, they're right here. Torvald's gonna pull out one of them.
Why do you have them out of my bag in the hiding place at the bottom?
Well, because you had, I don't know, maybe a third of this one. And you were passed out while we fought a dragon? Maybe
Which one
because
was
of
it?
that.
You see him holding
I have
up
two
not the
different
potion,
ones.
but this clear, like alcoholic beverage, fancy bottle with a little tag on.
What's the tag say? I can't see it.
The exact wording that I used last time, so this might be paraphrased from what I previously said the tag said. Of course, did not write it down. It says, to Sigmund, I trust you'll enjoy this.
Good. That's not even mine.
Well, that's what you drank, lightweight.
I'll show you, lightweight. She crosses her arms. That's not even the drink I was going for. Where
Oh,
were the
yeah.
others?
Are we still being rained on?
Oh, they're right
You're
here.
still being rained on.
Cool, just making sure.
Yeah, just,
It's all going on in the pouring rain.
Torvald hands them over.
She immediately puts them back in her bag that she puts on, so he can't get to them. Anyway, should I
Adair-
drink one of them now, Adair?
Adair's going to look at our guests and go, "You didn't see any of those go in the bag, and they better be there later."
I have no idea what's going on right now.
I don't
Me
know,
neither.
Chrysara. What do you think? I mean, tends to put you in a better mood, and you seem to feel better about the things you know.
She just goes bink and pops the top off and mounts it.
Okay.
Adair moves to the other side of the boat, knowing what's coming later.
Torvald joins Adair over on that side of the boat and just sits down, and you just hear him mumbling, "Thunder, help me. Clear my mind. Clear my mind."
Ira, Nettle leans over to you and goes, why are they running? What's going on? Is it safe?
I don't like the rain at all. And quite frankly, I don't care. I've been trying to get shelter for a while now.
Good answer.
Okay, so Chrysara.
But wait, hold on. So Torvald
Yep.
and Chrysara are no longer near me, right?
Adair and Torvald have moved us to the far end of the boat away from Chrysara as Chrysara downs one of Felix's dubious potions.
Ah, yes. Okay, so while that chaos is happening, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the wand if it's still on the ground.
It's currently tucked in. It was tucked inside Harold's jacket, who's standing near to you.
Sorry, my internet cut out for a minute. What was it?
It got wrapped up in the leather that Adair had given to them, and it's currently tucked into Harold's jacket.
Ah, right. Blast. Okay.
But Harold is near you.
That's fair. I'm gonna lean over and be like, hey, do you mind if I can I hold that wand? I just want to see it.
Oh, yeah, sure. And he passes it over to you.
Thank you.
And back to that in just a moment.
Good.
Oh lord.
As Ira touches things she's not supposed to. Part 2? 3? I don't know. Part 2.
Many parts.
Chrysara. As you feel the potion start to take effect, who are you focusing on?
Probably not Nettle, but the other one.
Harold.
Yeah.
As you start to hear his surface thoughts. And the first ones you get are, "Oh, I don't see why she shouldn't have it. Not just to hold for a minute. What if it really is dangerous? Oh, this was all a terrible mistake. I should have gone south. Maybe a southern expedition would have been safer. My cousin went to the desert. Though he did almost get killed by a mummy. This whole thing has turned out terribly thin. Who would have thought if we had yellow people living on the ice? Well, these people seem quite interesting. The blue girl is very pretty. But, now, wait, where are they all going? Oh no, what are they going to do? Excuse me, sorry, should something be happening? She's just staring at me. Why is she staring at me?
Are you asking me?
No, she's just staring at me.
What?
Why is she staring at me? Is what Chrysara hears in her head. Oh god, is she gonna kill me? Is she gonna kill me? I saw what they did to those dogs. Oh god. Oh, eight maidens, save me. Oh, she's just staring at me more.
She's holding back a smirk. She's trying to look intimidating while she stands there and stares at him.
Who even are these people? Why are they out here? They stole one of their boats. Maybe if I give them the wand and the... Maybe that's the answer. If I give them the wand, then they'll go after them instead. They're probably already... It's like them, they stole a boat. This is the answer. But must make sure they don't think I want to give them the wand, because if they think I want to give them the wand, then they won't want to take it. I make sure they don't think... Aha! There. That's the perfect answer. I got this sorted. See, I am smart. No matter what the Grallian fellow says, I am smart. I am in control, and I have got this sorted. Now, I just need to...
So where exactly did you find those items?
Like I said, I found them in... And you hear as his thoughts are going on. Grallian Calig's drawer. Oh, God. I should have known that they were important, but they just seemed sparkly, and he just left the room for a minute. I just thought I'll borrow these for a sec, and then, well, we have to leave anyway, and... But, like I said, just in a drawer. I should not have taken them, probably. It was a mistake. How do they know something?
What were you looking for originally?
Oh, just archaeology. The tomb, of course. They must know about the tomb. I mean, they're Isfjellian. It seems that it's only the old people, the folks who know that, which is why Grallian's busy rounding up every storyteller north of Vlad. Oh, God, she definitely looks like she knows something. But, look, maybe I should just tell them.
You wouldn't happen to have been looking for something else, would you?
Something else, looking for something else. What can I say to her? What can I fob her off with? Well, you see, there's a tomb of the ancient king. There's supposed to be an axe of his in there. It was very powerful. Very good for dragon slaying. That might even be true. You know, them with their magic weapons hidden away in these ancient tombs. Commonplace. Yes. Yes, sorry.
What exactly were you looking for in the tomb?
Well, I should that's it. That's all.
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
I know you're lying.
What? No, I'm not lying.
She steps a little closer. I know you're lying.
Okay. It's a weapon. A powerful weapon. It's supposed to have been buried with an ancient Isfjellian king. I don't know any more of what shape it takes, only it's something magical, something powerful. And it's meant to be buried up there under the ice. And look, I was sent here, funded by Elden Ra, by the Empire, to try and find it, get a hold of it.
Why?
Because there's a war coming, and
A war with
the Empire
who?
need the barbarians and savages of the West. It's none of your business.
She just
I mean,
raises her
obviously,
eyebrow a little bit.
Look, it's miles away from you. It's. I'm sure someone else is dealing with that. It's fine.
Netzel, come here.
Eh? What?
And she's gonna focus on her to see if she can hear
Oh
anything.
no! Here we go
But-
again. Nettle's thoughts are going 19 to the dozen, and her surface thoughts are mostly, what keeps it on? It's got to be magic. And if it's not magic, well, it's not. There's no artificery involved. Maybe it's in the wood. Maybe it's just in the chair. No, the chair. The chair is definitely involved in the magic. And she's just going 19 to the dozen, and the entirety of her surface thoughts are considering how and why your ship flies.
What do you know of this tomb?
Oh. I don't know. I'm just the pilot. I'm here to was here to test my hot air balloon. Harold here gave the directions. I just flew the thing. God, this is the worst trip I've ever been on. I should never have said yes to this. My poor balloon's in tatters, and now I'm being questioned by a giant.
She's not offended by that. She turns back to Harold.
And at this point, you're feeling the effects of Felix's unpredictable potion begin to wane. Krasara, roll me 1d100.
Oh god. This is my favorite / least favorite part. It's a 70.
Okay, 70.
Oh god.
Okay, you watch as everyone else on the boat disappears. Blink, 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 blink. They're gone from your sight.
This time I drank it because they told me to.
Torvald, you watch as, well, the rest of you watch as everyone other than Krasara on the boat disappears. And as you look down, you realise that you can't see your hands in front of your face. You are all currently invisible.
Adair reaches over and smacks Torvald on the back of the head.
Hey, what was that for? And Torvald does it back. Maybe or maybe not hitting him.
Thor's gonna grab Harold so before she loses where he is, so he won't run away. Like,
What? What have you done to me? Oh god, what have you done to me?
Sometimes.
You've frozen a little. So as that is going on, and as Krasara manhandles an invisible halfling, what's going on at the other end of the boat with Adair and Torvald are now suddenly invisible?
Well, this is certainly strange, isn't it?
Well, it's better than getting shot with the energy blast. Believe me.
I could see that. Well, I can't see you.
See you now.
I could see that.
I'm curious, is all of our gear... Adair's going to dig around in his stuff to see... Can you see any of my equipment? And he's going to take and set his dagger down on the seat. And can you see my dagger?
You're muted, Tiss.
I said, blip. And the dagger is visible again when she let go of it.
I didn't know you had a magical dagger.
I don't. I think this is all part of Krasara's side effect, and I'm going to pick the dagger up and put it back into the sheath. Does it disappear? Does it...
Well,
I can grant the wand and no one will know.
no.
I can still see you, Ira. I know you're
see
going
it.
for the wand.
Ira and the wand are currently invisible. We will get on to what's going on over there in a moment.
No, I was
we're
going off her earlier.
We're still visible.
Wait, who's still visible?
Who is visible? I'm lost.
You're muted again, Tiss.
Only Krasara is visible.
Oh.
The rest of
Okay.
you are currently invisible.
Okay, then I stand by what I said. I can see you, Ira, and I know you're going for the wand.
How do you know?
Because I'm utterly observant, and I know who you are, Ira.
Well, I'm not. I'm gonna try to get the wand.
Just please be careful. We
I mean,
can't
Harold
see
already
you.
handed you the wand. Wrapped it in
Here.
your hand.
Great, yeah. So now that everyone's invisible, assuming that, just to try to hide it from Torvald, but I guess I said it out loud, so. Ira unwraps the leather and is like checking it out.
Okay. So, as you unwrap the wand, as your fingers close on the cold glass, you see a flash of something through your mind. You see a flash of windswept ice and a ship half buried in it, icicles hanging from its mast. You see a stone entrance half buried in snow, and then dark shadowed tunnels and long dark passages under the ground. And then a brief glimpse of a great stone tomb in an underground chamber surrounded by ice. And then you're back to where you were with the wand in your hand.
Adair! Adair!
Yes, Ira?
I saw the ship.
What? He looks down. The ship's still visible, I assume. Ira, I see the ship. I'm not following.
No, not this one. The bad one, the one in ice.
Keep talking. I'm going to follow your voice.
Oh, don't worry, I can do that. So I grabbed the wand, and then with the wand in my hand, all of a sudden it like flashed, and it was like weird, and I saw this ship, and it had icicles on it, and the ice was like hanging off of it. But then all of a sudden there was like this rock entrance, and I was like, whoa! And then there was like this tomb at the end. And it was like stone, but there was ice around it. Have you found me yet? I can keep talking if you want, but that's most of my vision. I can just tell you about my day at this point if you'd like.
Have I found her yet? Please say yes. Please, God, say yes.
Yes, you found her.
So, very cautiously, Adair's going to reach out so he doesn't hit her in the eyeball or something, or worse. Okay, Ira, I'm here.
Hello.
How did you see this?
The wand. I touched it. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm kind of sorry.
Well, remember when you suggested that I sit in the chair and I dream while I was in it?
Yes.
And remember how that kind of thing didn't work out very well?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious, do you think I should hold the wand?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think we'll hold off on that for a little bit. At least until, hopefully, we come back to visibility.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Would you please wrap it up, and we'll look at that later. But I'm very interested. It's probably very good of you that you did it, but it was a very risky thing to do, Ira.
Yes, I know.
And I know you believe me about my dreams because you've said so, but please understand, they're not a fun thing. They aren't a game, Ira, and they scare me, Ira, and I'm very worried about them.
Okay.
And I wouldn't be here otherwise.
They scare me too, so. And I was gonna rewrap it and hold on to it.
Always wrap it. Important.
Chrysara, you're currently holding an invisible halfling.
So do you intend on telling us more about this tomb and war?
Just please, why am I invisible? Make me visible again, and
I will
explain everything to you.
Explain first, and I'll return you to visibility after.
Okay.
He's hoping
okay.
the effects will wear off.
Oh god. Okay. So.
First, repeat after me.
Yes. What?
I pledge allegiance
I pledge allegiance.
to Chrysara.
Wait.
Do what he
To
says.
Chrysara?
Is one gnome. Or,
I'm an
is it the
halfling.
halfling. One halfling.
I'm a halfling. Just because we're all short.
Do as he says, or
One
I will drop
halfling.
you.
One halfling.
Under thunder.
Under thunder.
Invisible.
I see what you're doing here. Nope. Sorry, the Empire. I cannot pledge. Long live the Emperor. Filthy turncoat colonist.
Torvald, I love you, man.
Oh, that has to be clipped. Somebody please clip that.
Please clip that.
Yes, that has to be clipped.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Merca.
It took me way too long to realize what that was.
You had
And we're all sitting over here getting ready to
all like-
stand up. But
Ridiculous pledges aside. Look, I promise. I'm complete honesty now. Just please, just turn me invisible at some point. I can't go out my life being invisible. I am a performer by trade.
You will be returned to visibility. I want to know more about this war.
Look, what do you know of the world?
Of the world? I've traveled.
Travel's quite the word. But here's the thing. So, Albereth, where I'm from, is a protectorate, a vassal state of Eldenra, the Empire of the Undying. Fancy name for the Empire of Elves.
All right.
And my research and my work and my travels are funded by the Empire. And they have interest in all sorts of artifacts in strange and scattered locations where their own forces and people may not safely travel without suspicion. So I'm one of those people who's sent out to inquire about them, but I've not been doing it very long. I'm still figuring out some of the things. And Nettle here works for one of the gnomish artificery development places up in the north of Eldenra, and was sent off to assist and also scout out. It's business as usual, really, for the Empire. There's always a war in the planning. Elves, they live a long time. They work on a time scale that's impressive even for halflings and dwarves. But for humans like yourself, your lives mean nothing compared to theirs in terms of scale.
I'm aware of elves and their lifespan. The war.
Oh, there's something in the plans. It's readying the troops. They're heading west into the Witchlands, the Fenlands. It's goodness knows why anyone would want to go there. The whole place is a mire of curses and cults and awful, terrible things. But as far as I know, like I said, it's a long way away from here.
So they're starting the war with the West.
I don't know the details.
I'm sure if you want to be visible again, you could find out.
That is all I know. I am but a lowly field agent. I don't know what's going on in the inner workings of the elven houses.
Adair, do you have anything you want to add?
Not at the moment. I'm still trying to determine some of what he said. He's speaking of things I don't know.
Well, just trying to put it in perspective. Where are you from?
I'm from the forest.
Oh. Yes, well, if you carry on west through your forests, the Fenlands is where you'd get to. But as I said, it's a very long way away.
It would still affect us.
The world is all connected. Everything affects someone somewhere, but look, Elden Ra, as far as I know, has no quarrel with Isfjell. So,
What about the south? Denvala?
Elden Ra has never made any attempt to conquer the Fire Elements, as far as I'm aware. I don't know. I am an exploratory archaeologist. I actually know much about history. Avoiding traps.
Well,
Look.
Torvald, what do you make of this?
I say we and go on our way.
Wait, what happened to turning me visible?
That'll happen.
Well, you'll be able to run
Eventually.
away a little easier if you're invisible, won't you?
He's got a point.
That's why
So
I
voice
haven't
from
set you down.
somewhere in the vicinity.
I didn't actually see the effects of the potion. I hope you will turn visible at some point, but this is a new side effect that I've actually never seen before. Sucks to be lied to, doesn't it?
Torvald's gonna go up behind Kristara and like pick up her hair so it looks like it's like floating.
So for a moment, her hair starts floating, and then you start to see, as from the tips of his fingers, slowly up and up his arms, as Torvald
Torvald,
starts
how are you
merging
even
into
talking?
visibility. That was I presume you're standing on the dragon.
Yeah, climbed up on the dragon. Suspension of disbelief, okay?
You're a dwarf. And
I'm not that short. I have arms, you know.
bit by bit, you find yourself starting to come back into visibility.
Well, that was
And-
poor timing. Is anyone else visible?
Everyone else is coming back into visibility bit by bit. You see Aldous slowly appearing from the tips of her hair upwards. Beside her Sindri appearing, weirdly smile first.
Well done. I was hoping that everyone had to touch Grisara to return visible.
No, it's all linked together, and you see, thanks to Henning. You
Be
leaving us here?
careful,
then?
you just said a pledge to Thunderer.
Oh, thank Thunderer. Thank you, Thunderer, as well. Maybe up here I should throw in a prayer to the gods of the north.
I don't know if there's any trees with faces on them around here.
I meant your gods, but I'm sure I can draw some faces on some trees if that helps. Do your gods like that?
Not really. I'm just messing with you.
Ah, well, jolly good. The wands. Could I have it back, please?
I don't have it.
Neither do I.
Neither do I.
Oh well, terrible shame. Maybe it got dropped somewhere.
Can we have the
Right.
crystal?
He looks over towards Nettle, and Nettle just throws up her hands and goes, "Look, at this point, if you'll stop turning us invisible, threaten to kill us, and just take the crystals, take the bloody hat as well. You saved the lives. Now, come on, Harold. It's a long walk. Wait, which way's Trellbro?
Why are you going to Trellbro?
You said it was the nearest place near here.
You don't need to go there.
Well, where else can we go?
Not there. Torvald, where should they go if we're not going to take them wherever?
I don't know.
I mean,
Just go
Trellbro.
south.
And Nettle looks over at the expanse of the lake. And says, "Can I have my hat back, actually?"
No, you can't.
What?
Why not?
It's my hat now. No takesies backsies.
Oh, don't be rude, Torvald.
It does look rather
Torvald
nice
puts
on
the
him.
hat on.
Ugh.
It's his knitted woolen hat. in blue, though. Just to make you get some knitting done. Fine. Well, we kind of have to go through Trellbro, because unless you'll give us a lift to the other side of the lake.
Adair? Ira?
Yes.
Should we give them a lift to the other side of the lake? Drop them off in the middle of the lake? Leave them here? Or take them south?
I said it already, but I wouldn't mind going to Lettisborg, but it sounds like what's going on in the north is actually even more pressing than I thought.
Torvald's gonna take Adair aside. Adair, I want to apologize to you. You've warned us about a lot of things, like the dragon and all your visions, and I've kind of just been brushing it off, and I don't think that's really fair. I know you're wise and you're very concerned about the goings-on around here, so I'd really like to try to take your advice more. And I'd like to start now. What do you think we should do?
Well, I appreciate that. I don't think we should be discussing any more of this in front of people we know are slightly more than common thieves. And in the name of science. But still, I think we need to be very careful about the company we keep. Although I am nervous about it, but I am interested if Ira saw the same things I saw. And I know that wand is from my dream. the piece is there. I think we need to separate from these people. I don't want to abandon them, but I think we need to separate from them, and I would like to look at that wand, but quite frankly, I'm afraid what it might bring down on us.
Well, I don't know that it'd do any more than it's already done. For you just looking at it.
No, I hope, but we don't know how any of these things are going to react, and we know that I can have a bit of a temper, so I guess what I'm saying is if I'm going to sit down with it, I want you to be there to stop anything that might happen that I can't control.
Understood. And I'm not going to try to push in one way or the other. If you feel strongly about it, just like I said, I'm going to trust you. And we'll just bring them back to where they need to go, and then we'll part ways.
I
Maybe
agree.
they'll give us some money or something.
That'd be good. And I definitely don't want to go pick up Olwen again. Just to let you know.
Agreed. We're on the same page with that one.
No.
All right. You can tell the
Krasara-
others.
Krasara, I think we should take them someplace they'll be safe, and then be on our way.
All right, and I'll let Harold go. I also break, so he's gonna fall.
By now, the rain is starting to let up a bit. The storm has, for the most part, blown over. It's still raining slightly, but the torrential downpour has ceased. Harold sort of brushes some mud, and you hear him muttering a few words. Bit by bit, his coat starts drying out. Well,
So taking them.
what was the consensus?
I suppose we'll be dropping you off somewhere.
Ah.
Not in the water.
Good. Well, either the south shore of the lake or the town on the lake. What Nettle said it was called Trailborough. Yes, you said it was
No.
We'll take you to the town you wanted to go to.
all the way to Ulfborg. Well, that's splendid.
You better have some payment ready for us when we get there.
Yes.
Why does it keep doing that? Sorry. I hate the autoplay. Sorry. I am a technological genius on my end. As you start mentioning going to Ulfborg, Aldous looks up and sort of goes, what about... We're meant to be going to check my family and Amalia and Calder.
Ulfborg is very far away.
What was the other town you talked about?
Lettersborg. It's well, I'm trying to think how many. It's probably about a week's sail from a few days sail from here, perhaps 4 days.
Well, we could probably do that then.
That'd be nice.
I'd prefer not to have the wand around Amalia anyway.
We can go stop there and then come back up and visit Aldous' family and then continue to the north, I suppose.
Aye.
Alright.
Do you agree there?
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So you are setting off Are you aiming for? So you'd know Lettisborg if we just look at the map here. Is around the headlands, then the next major inlet at Border Fjord. And from where you are now, it's probably about 100, almost 3. Have I got a scale right on this? Yes, almost 300 miles away. It's not close. Just to warn you.
Are we taking the long way?
We should probably fly.
Yes.
Should.
Or about 80 miles as the boat flies. Perhaps a little more. You got to go up over Baconfell.
If it's storming, I'm not comfortable sailing the boat or flying the boat.
It's just raining a little bit now.
Yes, but if it starts to rain again like it did earlier, and we're over land, I might kind of panic a little bit. Ships and storms have not been a happy combination for me. So.
Is it that you don't want to be flying it, or that you don't want to be flying in it in the storm?
Both, but I think I can handle being in it. I just, especially if I'm at the helm, I'd feel very anxious.
Or maybe Aldous can fly it.
Yes. Aldous will agree to fly the boat.
Excellent.
She's feeling strangely quiet today, and I mean, back suggestions.
At least she's not asleep.
Hey, look, I had time to think it.
Drunk and asleep, yes.
That was because I thought it was going to be temporary. And I thought, okay, I'll work for like 5 minutes, and then I had to keep rolling with it, and it just got worse and worse.
It
went
got
from a
better
sleep
and better.
drunk,
Nobody's blaming you at all, Tiss. We all blame Crisara and her drinking habit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Kasara will remember this.
Alright. So, you're setting forth on what will probably be about 2 days flying to reach Lettisborg. So Aldous takes the helm, the chair, as you take the skies. You have with you obviously Harold and Nettle, and sort of as the boat lifts up from the water's surface, you see Nettle's eyes going wide. She sort of, it's magic. It really is. I mean, I knew it was magic, but it's like magic. This is amazing. This boat is a work of art. You should be very proud of it. Look after it. My poor balloon.
Adair's going to ask Nettle, is there anything you could tell us as tricks to flying, as we're quite new to this?
Oh, don't try and go against the wind. Stay away from storms. Always make sure you've got some kind of plan for if you crash. I failed on that one. Best thing, find someone who actually can cast Featherfall, not just claims to cast Featherfall when you set it off on the mission. She scowls towards Harold. Look, I'm not really an experienced flyer. I'm more of a mechanic myself. I built the hot air balloon. Flying it apparently is not my strong point. But you seem to be doing a fair decent job with this. Has she got a name?
I She's the Cloud Maiden.
Nice. Good name for a boat.
Indeed.
Right. You see Harold, on the other hand, is sat by the mast with his eyes tightly closed. Just whispering something under his breath.
I'm gonna go sit by him. Is it still raining?
It's still raining lightly, like a light mist.
Got it.
Oh, so maidens protect us.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah. This morning, I fell out of the sky. It's a little bit nerve-wracking, and this trip has taught me one thing. I really don't like flying.
That's understandable.
It's quite an unpleasant experience. I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure you'd understand. Someone seemed to be very floaty.
Yeah, a little bit.
And I'm sorry for what I said earlier, calling you a thing. I was a little stressed at the time.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
It's obviously a very formidable young woman.
Oh, thank you.
Chorus, did you say?
Yes, chorus. I was going to explain, I myself am anxious sometimes on the ship because I grew up on trading ships, but unfortunately in a storm, I was separated from my family, and that's why I'm in Isfjell.
Separated, are they all right? What happened?
I'm not really sure. It was just my mom and I were. My father does most of the business end, and my mom actually helps kind of helm the ships and everything like that. And I was on a separate ship from her, and in a storm we got separated. I ended up in Ulfborg, and she ended up, who knows, hopefully back at home. I haven't really been able to talk to them or contact them since. So storms make me a little jittery on ships.
I see. I'm sure there will be. Lots of people wash up the shore perfectly fine from shipwrecks. It's a known fact that very few people actually ever drown. Or
my mother's a lovely woman, so I'm sure she's fine. And I know the trading company is still fine because the other day we found a slip of DM. What exactly was it? It was a
sort of receipt for like a ticket basically.
Yeah.
For passage on one of the trading company ships.
Yes. The other day we found this ticket basically for my family's trading company. So.
Oh, which company would that be?
Oh, the name's escaping me at the moment. I'm sorry. Oh no.
Is it
it's shoot.
Full Sails.
It is Full Sails. That's what I thought it was. Okay. Yes.
It's all right. I'm like, what is your name, NPC? Who are you?
Full Sails trading company from Chorus.
Oh, hi. I think
it's mostly my family, my mom, my dad, and my two younger brothers.
Not got a cousin, have you? In it?
I might.
Definitely. I thought I'd met someone from Full Sails at some point. How long ago was this whole shipwreck business?
That's been quite a few years.
Sorry to say it in such a brusque manner.
Oh no, it's okay. It's been many years. I've been traveling ever since. So
yeah.
If anything, I saw it as an opportunity. I kind of traveled around and met people. Most of them mean, but some of them very nice.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that name somewhere, Full Sails.
Well, if you're headed to Ulfborg, then most likely. It's a major port.
Yes, I can't quite recall where, but I haven't seen it about. But I've been on a fair few ships in my time before I started experimenting with flight. Well, oh god, it is a long way down.
Don't worry.
I mean, gods. I've got the first Father Lasford problem.
It's okay. Aldous is a wonderful flyer, so you're in good hands.
Yeah, she's the quiet one with the cat that keeps looking like it wants to disembowel me or something.
Yeah, that's how he looks at everyone. It's okay.
Well, I'm just gonna stay here in the middle of the boat and do some praying.
I still have that blanket that I've just been kind of wearing around me that Torvald put on me earlier, and so I'm gonna kind of huddle us both under it. So I'll sit close to him and I'll put him under the blanket and just kind of like sit by him comfortingly.
All right. So as Ira and Harold huddled under the blanket close to the mast as the ship sails forth south across above the lake and over on towards the south shore and the impressive mass of the beheaded mountain.
As we're flying, Torvald's taken out this pearl that had like arcane runes on it, that he found before, and he's kind of examining it while like glaring over at like Ira.
Remind me again where the pearl was from.
It was from it was a pebble with arcane runes from the ones we took the ship from.
Ah, yes.
I have it listed as alien loot.
Yes. Turn it over and over. If you spend sort of an hour turning it over and over and sort of getting to know and get the feeling of it, you sort of get the sensation that this you examine it. Make me an Arcana check, actually. See how much I'm going to tell you about what exactly this is and what it's going to do.
15.
This is a sending stone. This is one half of a pair of sending stones. A device used to communicate across great distances with whoever's holding the other part.
Do I know how to use it?
You focus your mind on a message of 25 or 30 words. I always get this wrong. Bear with me one moment. Sending. Please. 25 words. You can send a 25-word message to whoever is at the other end. And this will allow you to do this once per day, usually.
Torvald's gonna go over to Adair. Adair, I got something I want to run by you.
Okay.
We found this on the people we took this boat from, and took a look at it for a while, and I think it's a sending stone. You can use it to communicate.
Okay.
And it's only one of them.
I don't quite understand the principle of this. It's not something I'm familiar with. Do you throw it?
You can send a message by using magic over long distances.
Okay.
You definitely don't throw it. It's not like your
Okay,
magic stones.
I understand, but so you said there's only one of them, so you need more?
There's another one somewhere, and that's what this one communicates with. So I think it's their people. But I don't know if it's wise to say anything.
And what would we say? I mean, they may speak in some code or something.
We got your boat. I don't know.
Please.
Yeah, that gives
Thunder
me an
will
idea.
smite you down.
The Earl of Trobro has your boat. Just joking.
That's a good idea.
I came here to save Trobro, not put it into bigger danger. I suppose I just don't understand the significance of how this is beneficial.
Or we could say
to
we got the
us.
halfling and the rogue. Come get him. What do you think of that?
That might not be so bad. I think we need to discuss it with the others. I think we'd need to be a little bit more prepared if we're trying to lay a trap. Because we don't know who has the other stone. It could be anyone, right?
It could. Indeed. There's only one way to find out, though.
I can't think of a better use. Let's get these people in Lettisburg and talk to Ira and Chrysara. See if we can set something up.
Well, at that point, we won't know where they are, will we?
Well, I didn't say let them leave. It's up to you. I'm fine. I just don't know if we want to discuss it in front of them.
Well, they're way over there. They probably can't hear us. Not everyone's as observant as you are.
Yes, but I understand they have a wily god that listens in on everything and makes decisions about what they do not hear. No, I think it's a wonderful idea, Torvald. I just think we need to be prepared.
Agreed. We'll wait for it.
Okay.
Torvald's gonna sit down and just start looking at the hat.
So as Torvald, as you study this hat, and as you fly south for the rest of the day, until night starts to fall, Torvald, as you slowly attune to this hat is a magic hat.
Ooh.
It is a cap of water breathing.
Oh.
This is a magic swimming hat.
Nice.
So by the time as the day reaches its close, Aldous asks, I should bring the boat down for the night? I can't do Aldous' voice, but
We
Hello?
should probably rest.
make
Where would we land?
well, we could try and land really gently on some grass or something, or on the river, or
Probably the river would
the
be
river.
the
The
easiest.
river.
We know the thing's good in water.
right. If we land on the river, then sort of tie up or something, that should work.
Aye.
And Nettle sort of said, you should try putting some legs on it or something. Like foldable ones that could come down and up.
Well, we have attached spikes at one point, so I guess anything's possible.
That was the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, Adair. I wonder if we could modify the boat to maybe, when you said we needed a way to hold us on, I wonder if whoever's flying it could maybe secure our feet to the deck somehow.
Interesting.
How are you able to use it to attack?
I just used mine. It's like you become part of it. And whatever I would cast on myself, that's how I was able to do the healing. I was able to touch you through the boat. So it kind of becomes an extension, a part of you. Like when you send your weapon out magically, it's still attached. And it can follow your will, so something along those ways, I believe.
Well, maybe we'll try it then.
You are full of fine ideas today, Torvald.
It's one of those days, I guess.
Almost
Every
like
dwarf
you're...
has this day, my dad used to say.
Well, keep being a dog. You're a good dog. Good boy, Torvald. Good boy.
I don't push it. Aldous, do you think you can do that?
I can try. And she brings the boat down into the river, quite badly, shaking back and forth. Tips forwards and back a few times. The dragon slithers a bit down the deck, dragging Torvald a little bit. I presume you've untied yourself from the dragon at some point.
Yeah. When I threw the rope in the water.
Yeah. The dragon slides a bit up and down the deck a little, but you manage to rockily get the boat down into the water of the river and get it secured. Stop it floating away.
So how long have we been flying at this point?
This is a whole day since the morning when Ira saw the raft person. It's been an entire day worth.
Well, I was thinking since we had all that activity, has it been, I don't know, maybe 8 hours that we've just been kind of sitting around resting for a long time?
None of you are sleeping, so nah. It doesn't. I believe it's a long rest. You've got to spend at least 6 hours of it actually, getting a good night's sleep, and you can't
perform lights activity.
You can do perform activity for 2 hours, I think, but it's also you can only take one every 24 hours, so it would have been too soon to take a long rest.
You can't blame a guy for trying.
No, full marks for trying. You definitely had a short rest. So if anyone wants to has any short rest refresh things, then that's all good.
Thank you.
But as you settle down on this river for the night, are you keeping any form of watch? Bloop, bloop.
Adair will take first watch.
Okay. Adair?
Torvald will take second watch.
Adair? Torvald? Anyone else want to take a watch? We've got 2 more watches to cover.
I can take a watch.
I'll take a watch too.
Ira? And Chrysara. You're not trusting your newfound, that totally trustworthy
Nope.
compulsive liars to take a watch.
What do you think we're taking the watch on?
Yeah, I'm watching them too. Yeah.
All right. So, as the rest of you bed down for the night, and Adair as you take the first watch, is there anything you're up to as well as looking out and keeping a lookout, or are you just keeping a good lookout?
I'm watching our guests, and I am watching around the ship, both landside and waterside, as much as possible, shifting my attention around.
All right. Make me a perception check, please, then.
That's a 12.
Okay. So, as you watch out into the night, calm, still, the wind blows through the trees. It's still raining slightly. The air is cold. You see Harold and Nettle, both huddled up in blankets. They seem to have produced extra blankets from somewhere. And even when you look at Harold's got a pillow. But they're huddled up in sleep, Nettle clutching her bag tightly to her. The rest of the night is calm and quiet as the hours trickle by. And it comes time to pass the watch on to Torvald.
Torvald. Sorry to wake you, but it's your watch, my friend.
All right. I'll take the night watch.
Our two guests have been sleeping somewhat soundly, and there hasn't been any noise. Nothing to be alarmed on so far.
All right. Rest well. Torvald's gonna head out and look, all around, kind of pace around and patrol the edges of the boat, look into the water for shenanigans.
All right, make me a perception check. A shenanigans check.
Tist shenanigans check. That's going to be a 15. 15.
So as you wonder and keep watch, Nettle murmurs slightly in her sleep. You hear, Spanners, and you hear the sound of someone moving, and you see as Aldous stands up from where she was sleeping and walks along to the edge of the boat, clambers down off the side of the boat, and walks out into the water of the stream until she's sort of about knee deep in the water. And around, and then she starts just wading upstream through the water, away from where you're all camped out.
This is Aldous, right?
Aldous, yes.
So Torvald wants to go get her, but he also knows that she said she learned spells while she's sleeping, so he's kind of torn. How far away is she?
She's currently about 50 feet or so away, and getting increasingly further away as she wades upstream and off into the darkness.
Torvald is going to use thaumaturgy and cast his voice out and say, Aldous, wake up!
Aldous carries on walking. Off further. She's sort of passing from sight now into reaching the edges of your dark vision, off into the darkness. And you see padding after her the form of Sindri, following in her footsteps.
Sindri, keep an eye on her, will you?
Yeah. The cat carries on, following after Aldous into the night.
All right, Torvald's
They
gonna
both-
pay special attention to that direction, but is still gonna just keep watch.
Okay. So the rest 2 hours pass. And Aldous has not yet returned. A mist, as the moon comes out, there's a soft mist starting to just rise from the water a little. And it comes time for your watch to end.
All right.
I'm gonna
Who's
pass
up
on
next?
to Ira.
Ira. Ira,
Yes.
it's time for your watch.
Okay.
Sorry to have to wake you.
Oh no, it's okay. I signed up for it.
Well, you should know that Aldous did her nighttime wandering. Sindri's with her. I told Sindri to keep an eye on her, and she hasn't been back. She's been gone about 2 hours.
Should I do something about that?
We could have one of us go look, but I didn't want to leave everyone else without anyone watching at the boat.
Okay. Well, let's give it a couple more hours.
Do you want me to look real quick while you're on watch?
Maybe. That would actually be a good idea. I don't want anything to happen to her with mechanical wolves and all that running around.
All right.
If you don't mind, I know you need your rest.
Well, I won't take very long.
Okay.
All right. So Torvald's gonna head off and in the direction that she went and try to see if he can find her.
All right. Make me a survival check, please.
That's always a good sign.
You fail and you die.
Well, it's a 22, so that's hard
You've
to do with
got-
this beard.
So you've got good night vision. Good dwarvish eyes. And you're able to sort of follow her footprints through the muddy ground from the rainfall earlier, upriver further. The mist is thicker here, going from a few drifts to sort of this rising mist up from the water. It's to shift and twist. And off in the distance, you can hear the faint strains of music.
All right. Torvald's going to turn around and go right back to the boat then.
You head back. So Ira, you see Torvald returning from upstream.
Did you find her?
I believe so. She's in the Fae, I believe.
Oh.
I heard some music, and I'll have you know, I didn't dance without you.
Well, do you want to go dance then? Or should we leave her be?
I would love nothing more, but I need to get some rest and recover. I have a feeling we might be in for some trouble tomorrow.
Understood. Well, get your beauty sleep then.
Torvald's gonna kind of just take her into like a little quick like dance and give her like a little spin, his arm barely reaching over her head.
She's 5'8".
and then he's gonna just like kind of take a slight bow and head to bed.
All right. So Ira, as you take your watch, maybe a perception check, please.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, sorry, no. Torvald, did you have something else?
Yeah, I forgot. I was gonna also like when we were dancing, I was going to be like have a great watch as well, and then cast guidance on her.
Okay. You got some guidance on that watch. All right. What's your perception check, Ira? Assuming you're keeping watch, of course. I assume you're all the responsible kind. But
Responsible. She'll keep watching it. 16.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, 16.
So, as you watch out, that you can see the mist upstream, sort of floating and shifting, and you can see a figure standing at the very edge of that mist,
Why is it always me?
looking towards camp for a moment, and then moving off through the trees. And then, not very long after, you see another figure approaching through the mist. This one seeming more solid and more substantial, wading down through the river, like her dress soaked with water that is soaked up from the river, and with a wet cat following at her heels, looking very displeased with the entire situation. You see Aldous returning to the camp, still seemingly unaware of you or her surroundings as she walks past you upon the boat.
Welcome back. Good night.
And lies back down where she was.
I'm gonna put like a blanket over her or some kind of towel.
It's the most important thing to have when you're traveling is a towel.
As the rest of your watch passes peacefully and quietly, it comes to the final watch, Chrysara's watch.
Chrysara? Hello. How are you?
I actually woke up.
I was surprised. Admittedly. Are you ready to take your watch?
Yes, I suppose. It's my turn.
Oh, and not to alarm you, but I did see a person in the mist. I don't think it's a problem, though. I'm gonna go to bed.
There's nothing to worry about.
Oh, okay. Did the person go away? Did it seem threatening? Also, what direction?
They were just looking. It was along the river. You'll see. There's all the mist. Just a person looking. Probably a fae. Aldous went and walked off and hung out with them for a while. I assume she's back now, but she's kind of soggy.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't worry too much, but we're all close by. If anything happens, just wake us up.
Wonder where my ale went. All right. And she'll get up and start to keep watch.
Excellent.
Off the edge of the ship. Definitely on the lookout for the figure.
Okay, make me a perception check.
That is a nat 20.
Alright, you can clearly see this figure flit from tree to tree, sort of the edge of the camp, just hiding behind one tree, then sort of through to the next one. Dressed in something floaty and diaphanous and white. It seems to flutter behind them as they move. From tree to tree.
Is it getting closer?
Doesn't seem to be getting any closer. Seems to be keeping its distance towards the edge of the camp. Circling round.
Chrysara's gonna start to walk towards it slowly, but make it look like she's just watching the river.
Alright. Yeah, well, make me a stealth check. It's not quite stealth, but make a stealth check.
14.
Okay. As you move closer, the figure goes still and then turns slowly to look at you. You can see it appears to be a young woman with she's very beautiful, but in a sort of perfectly proportioned, nondescript sort of way. There's nothing distinctive about her appearance other than that she is very beautiful, with fair floating hair and a fair gown, and bare feet sticking out from the hem of her dress. And her manner of her dress and the way she walks reminds you very much of the dancers that you had encountered when you accidentally stumbled into the elven, not the elf, the Fey court. Several days ago. Well, depending on which timeline you're looking at, either like 2 weeks ago or several days ago.
Does she look familiar? Does she look like one of the ones that we saw?
She looks like one of the dancers, but it's hard to place whether it's one of the ones you've seen before or whether she just looks like them. They were all eerily alike in a way. And
Zara's gonna just put her hands behind her head as she's continues walking slowly, keeping an eye on her, but trying.
you see the figure start slowly sort of walking away from Chrysaris, like tiptoe carefully away through the mist. Moving softly.
She's finally gonna just stop and say, "I can see you, but I won't hurt you. If you want to come out, you can."
And the figure sort of drifts out from behind the tree a little. We mean no harm.
No, I will keep my hands here so you know where they are at all times.
You danced with us.
I recall that.
You were not very good.
I remember a different set of events, but okay.
Your friends were much better.
That I can't argue with. They were, I must admit, pretty spectacular.
You told us a story.
I did.
The princess.
I did.
She's in danger.
Grisar just freezes. How do you know?
Well, the king, after you told the story, he said to watch her. The raiders. They came with the ships. They have her.
The raiders. The ones... Completely out of character. I'm not laughing in character. I can't. I just looked down and all I saw was Tormald's nose.
I'm trying to maintain an emotionless character here.
Okay. Okay, that did happen. The raiders that came in the ship like we took.
Yes.
You're sure of this?
Yes.
Can you take me to her?
Not safe.
I can't. She's my sister. I can't just leave her and not help.
You're worried.
Extremely.
Curious.
That's my sister. She's all I have left.
I don't know that word.
She's my family. I love her.
Well, the king liked your story. We don't fight wars. But there are those of our kind that do. Help has been sent already.
Thank you.
Use it well.
I should send a gift of thanks to your king. I have something he might perhaps have an interest in, if he wants it. May I move my hands?
Yes?
She moves her hands slowly, and she goes into her pocket and pulls out, it's the glass shard of her mirror self that she destroyed. This is an interesting...
Spielen.
I don't know what that is, but it was... I destroyed the mirror image of myself, and this is a piece of it. Your king can have a piece of me as thanks?
I'm sure he will like it.
Stop it.
They're not you. They are echoes. Reflections. Whenever someone of your world crosses to ours via the mirrors, one is created.
Every time?
The first time.
Has there ever been an instance of one of our kind crossing into the mirrors and there was no echo of them created?
All that is born in the mortal plane shall have a shadow in the Fae. Dawn comes.
Tell your king that I am beyond indebted to him for sending help for my sister. If there's anything I can do for him, all he has to do is ask.
Is that a promise?
I won't kill people. But yes, that is a promise. I will not betray my friends.
We accept. As she fades backwards into
Guard
the mist.
my sister.
And as the dawn rises and the mist sort of starts burning away from the river, all traces of the Fae are gone.
I'm going to regret that later. And she's going to run back to the ship to try to tell the others what she has found out.
All right. So you run back to the ship. As you wake, you're woken by Krasara's angry. Well, not angry, I guess, distressed.
Both.
I think. Well, we've got an option, guys. 15 more minutes or end it there?
Ooh, what say ye? Ask the viewers. What are they feeling? Can they stick with us for 15 more minutes, or do they?
I think we should end it now at a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
That is
Cliffhanger.
true.
We will join you next week as Krasara comes rushing back to camp, bringing news of what she has learnt. And next week we are same time, same place, and we should have our fifth player back with us as we the knock-on effects of what they've discovered. As there's lots of information been floating around this week, and lots of pieces and murder dogs. So thank you very much.